Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am Digitalcasts William Zhang, and this is the Valorant Oceania Tour 2021 Stage 2 Open Qualifiers 2. That's a mouthful. And of course, tonight it is a best of 3 series of the first round of... Wait, let me count. Round of 32, I think? Let's see. Round of... It's either the round of 32 or 64. I'm pretty sure it's 32. And of course, it will be straight out of the Zoo Academy versus New Haven. New Haven being ex-Exto and straight out of the Zoo Academy. Well, somewhat related to straight out of the zoo. And of course, guys, with me, at least for map 1, it will be Crash OBS, but then I'll have a special guest coming on a little bit later. So Crash, how you doing?
Look, I got a bit of a cold right now, so my throat's acting up. But yeah, look, there's meant to be a special guest for this whole series, but they weren't able to make it for this first map.
Mm.
So yeah, just for the time being, I shall be jumping in there, but hopefully they get back because I don't really want to be talking too much. I want to focus on obs tonight, but at the same time, if something happens, I want to talk about it. Like I'll talk about it, you know.
Of
The
course.
old, the old, the old crash dig combo. Even though I'm not a caster, not a caster by the way, guys. I just like talking about the game, so enjoy that.
Yeah. And of course, I always value your feedback, you know? It's always nice having
Yep.
someone who watches the game so much give their thoughts on what just happened in the round. And yeah, it does seem that we're having a slight issue with the vetoes right now, so I'm not too sure what the maps are. So let's just give it a bit. But in the meantime, let's talk about the teams, right? New Haven, a new team on the scene, I would believe, and they were ex-EXO. So on the roster, at least for tonight, it's changed up somewhat as well. You have Motion, Tix, Sonboy, Operator, and Ronan. But one name stands out to me, Ronan. Apparently, he's a pretty good player in the OC scene.
I think he's like 16. He's just one of those like kind of young crack players that I would like to assume is probably going to be playing a duelist.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like what a bunch of these players play. They just decide to play the duelist because they know they've got the snappy aim and the reflexes to back it up. I haven't really seen him play, so I have no idea. I don't really have an opinion on him as a player. For the rest of these guys, I mean, they're just kind of like been hovering around that like tier 2 scene for like quite a while.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he's probably got like a decent ecosystem to back him up there. So I'm interested to see how they do decide to perform, like how they actually want to play the game there, because that's always interesting to me, seeing how these, not in a bad way, but like these kind of like lower tier teams or the teams that haven't really broken into like the scene yet
Mm-hmm.
decide to like approach the game if they have like any other ideas that haven't really been explored.
Mm.
It's always exciting in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, of course, new talent as always. Because OC, right?
Yep.
It's not the biggest scene in the world, but we do have strong talent. And honestly, just takes these open qualifiers and new rosters, new orgs, picking up these new players, just trying them out and getting more attention on them. So I hopefully facilitate their growth a little bit more, so we can produce higher tier players. But for now, we do have strong players already, strong teams, but only a very limited few compared to obviously other regions who have more funding and, well, more players in general. So hey, it is what it is. What can you do? OC things.
Yep, just OC things apparently. On the flip side, there, this is another really interesting team for this matchup. We actually are seeing straight out of Zoo Academy,
Mm-hmm.
right? So interesting. Obviously, I feel like most people in chat, if they've been following any of the VOTs, probably know about straight out of the Zoo. Since will be their academy team. It's interesting. They got Mata, Gloom, Yish, Talker, and I look. I've known this guy for a while. I still don't know how to say it. I just call him Il. I used to play Among Us with this guy like months ago, but yeah, Illy. I look. I'm always gonna butcher that name there, but look, these guys are actually kind of interesting. Just like bunch of like Diamond Immortal players, right? I think they're all immortal now at least. So it's interesting. They're potentially a pug team if they're following in the footsteps of that Big Brother team and straight out of the zoo there.
Oh
But
yeah.
I've never seen these guys play before, so I'm actually quite interested to see how these guys do approach the game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Considering they do also have Kalashnikov as a coach, but he's unfortunately not going to be in the server with us tonight in the coach slot because he is playing in that other tournament with his actual other team, because apparently everyone's in 1,000 teams nowadays because of all these other different events. But yeah, I think it's really interesting. It's just these two somewhat fresh teams that are really just going to be battling it out for that progression into this bracket. Also, one thing to note as well is this is a best of 3,
Yeah.
and best of 3s are always pretty interesting. I'm quite happy with us seeing best of. I don't know if last open calls was best of 3s, but I'm happy that we're seeing best of 3s in the open calls, considering there is that lack of a lower bracket. So at
Mm.
least these teams, it's not just going to be like, oh, cool, you just get upset on one map, boom, you're out of the tournament. You
Yeah.
actually have multiple opportunities to actually just take maps off your opponent, and it makes the whole entire series do like seem quite a bit more fair instead of that like insane amount of upset potential.
Of course. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later as the teams are ready. At least map 1 will be consistently Haven. Well, I'm not too sure what the entire 3 vetoes are because there's been a little bit of a mix-up, I won't lie. So we'll get to that a little bit later. But hey, map 1, Haven, of course. Some people will love this map, some people will hate it. 3 spike sites, attack favored starting off, and look who's starting off on the attack side. It will be New Haven. And look at that little whistling button.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out. I rate that. That's a nice little touch.
Nice.
So I guess that's a good way to indicate if the team does have a coach in that coach slot there. Interesting thing here is we're already seeing a Killjoy being put out straight out of the Academy alongside a Phoenix. Okay, this is a really interesting comp. It's basically what Kanga was playing at one point, but they swapped out the Cypher for Killjoy. This is quite interesting. You don't really have like a Jet or a Raze that can take a lot of space on the map, but at the same time, you have a lot of tools to kind of hold down the site in the first point once you get onto it. Yeah, I would like to assume the game plan for these guys when they get onto that attacking side is probably just farm up the ult orbs to Phoenix, and he kind of just entries onto the site, creates all the space for the team with that ultimate. That's probably going to be making the most sense in my eyes, at least there. But yeah, really interesting roster to see coming out here. Also, starting on defense is going to be really good for that Sage and the Killjoy. On the flip side there, it's a pretty standard comp. Instead, we're going to be seeing the Jet Reyna. That's like a really popular duelist combo we are seeing across like all regions as well. This isn't just a OC little special type deal. A lot of regions are playing that. It's a good duo as well because, especially with the new update to Reyna, something that wasn't really talked about, I don't think too much, is the fact that generally you can pair the Jet and the Reyna up together in pushing an area. Jet can dash out, and now if Reyna doesn't even get the kill, it just gets an assist onto the player, they can dismiss out. So they kind of have, she has like a pseudo dash almost now, if they do decide to push together. So that's going to be really interesting. I want to see how they do use that duo on attack, which is where they will be starting off on this. And they have a really nice supporting cost of just your standard Urban server Killjoy, right? So really standard comps. I have no idea how these guys are going to play them there, but I feel like there's a lot of playmaking potential on both these teams here with these comps. It's very standard. So nothing really out of the ordinary. I feel like it's just going to be a bit of a scrappy game, just going to be a lot of aim duels. We'll see if there's a bit more depth to these teams there. I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love to see some depth on these rosters, but only time will tell, Digital.
Yeah, only time will tell. Well, unfortunately, the coach for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, they won't be in here as they are playing a game of their own right now. But hey, look, New Haven, they have a coach, so that does indicate to me there is some depth to an extent. Speaking of depth right now, look at this. 3 players of New Haven already going so deep into Garage. That smoke just buys a little bit of time. Gloom solo locking down the angle, but no hot hands to really work with. 5 HP, gets 1, and will get traded out. New Haven, they take this side. Man advantage. Spike goes down in that deadly back corner. And Tix, oh no, he's still playing lurk and fragging heads. Matter couldn't quite get the trade. Now the retake 2 on 4. Things are looking difficult, very difficult now as Tix secures yet another headshot. Ellie Moft, good luck.
Yeah, look, I mean, this is almost kind of just over here. They're all playing towards C-Long. I mean, there's not really much you can do here. One thing I like there to see is just the relentless aggression coming out from New Haven there. They don't really decide to slow down. Okay, well, that's a nice shot to come out there. Doesn't get taken down to the end there, so it's a pretty clean round 3 surviving members. I mean, yeah, that's a really nice pistol. Tix has also got 3 out of 7 on his ultimate there, so I'm assuming the priority for the ult orbs that will come out from these next couple of rounds will be going towards him. Because if he can get that up in time, that basically means like he can get ahead of the enemy server's Hunter's Fury, right? He can basically just get I forgot what it's called, a lockdown off for free.
Yeah.
But that was really nice. They just decided to a lot of aggression, not really slow it down at all, catch him off guard. And then Gloom was basically only on C by himself. There's really not much you can do in that situation. You're playing Phoenix, you've decided to burn your molly to try to stop them there, and you've been tagged up. You managed to get one, which is really good there, but aside from that, there's not really much you can do.
Look at this
Digital, massive mid push.
Exactly, they're stacking on one angle with classics, so, you know, in larger numbers, sure, it can do damage, although it's not really being effective right now. As we see, it's all down to Ellie Moft again, the lucky last player. That's a pretty quick round, like, you know, anti-eco, they farmed up their ults even more, lost 1 player, not a big deal. And Tix, he's getting ever so much closer to the aforementioned Killjoy lockdown.
You're getting really close to it. That's going to be something I really want people at home that are playing along, you know, to pay attention to. On the flip side, though, Gloom is 2 out of 6 on his ultimate, so this is going to be the gun round. Generally here, what I'd like to see is him try to potentially, not force his way to get kills, but just try to potentially, like, position himself correctly to get a couple of frags. So going into that next round, after the bonus round of New Haven, he actually does have that runner back available. That could be an extremely important win condition coming out for the side of New Haven there, but regardless, Bit of a interesting A long push here coming out to start things off. Their Tix is going to be on the other side of that smoke, holding with the alarm bot there. I want to see if they do decide to get aggressive in this smoke. Doesn't seem like it, but it does seem like they are positioning out Garage for a pretty aggressive hit coming later into the round.
Yeah, it's an interesting play. You don't usually see Sage and Omen double holding that angle over towards A long. It is a buy coming out from straight out of the Zoo Academy, so on paper, they should have the advantage in this round, but once again, look, the strength in numbers with the inferior weaponry. I like Operator there as well, using the initial shock dart to clear any potential close Killjoy util, but overall, it's just a lot of poking and prodding right now, and New Haven, they're sticking together as a full team, but they may engage over towards B real soon. Moth or Gloom. Oh, first player on engagement. Well, it's one for on trade. Util, Yish managed to burn down motion as Gloom is gone. That's one rifle down. The spike will get dumped by Operator. 4-on-4 retake. Now, this should be ideally possible for straight out of the Zoo Academy to retake this, but to say that, New Haven, they're going really aggro. The Operator caught out by himself, goes down to Taco. Moth strikes onto Ronin as well. One by one, they're falling, but Yish, narrowly dodging death. Straight out of the Zoo, they have a heal back on board now. But look at the time, it's ticking away. Tix not able to help out his teammate, all down to Somboy now. 1-on-3 with the Spectre. Look, it's not too bad. He gets the kill even, but finally from behind, Yish with the backstab, and straight out of the Zoo Academy, they pick up their first round on the board. Losing 3 players though.
I mean, it's on the end of the world, really. Something you need to keep in mind is the fact that Tix does have his ultimate available. So if I was in this round, basically my approach from straight out of the Zoo Academy right here would be for Gloom to basically get aggressive towards A long and grab that orb instantly off the bat. He's running towards C. I think this is a big misplay, to be honest. Ooh. He's running back towards A. Okay. This is good. This is good. I want him to get that ult orb because as soon as that Killjoy ult comes out, I want him to make sure that as soon as that does pop, he can go for his counter ult eventually afterwards. Okay, look, right. I don't want to be too critical, but like, I mean, there's a free ultimate available for you. I'm not too sure why you're not just instantly going for it.
Well, it's quite hard to get.
No motion.
Oh no! Catches Gloom, and meanwhile Ronin takes down Mata. Taco, really good luck. All your players are dead with you on A. Now, can he hold down the side? He has the right gun to do it. Starts off huge and couldn't quite get the spray transfer onto Tix. Yish playing inside that smoke. And the Killjoy turret just a little bit short. New Haven, clean sight take, man advantage easily. And they honestly don't even have to use their ultimates now.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a very straightforward round, to be honest. Gish has got a lot of work to do here, though, and he's assuming that there is going to be a fight coming through as well. So really, that in the back of his head's probably just kind of put a lot of doubt in his current play. I don't really think he's going to have any way into the strat. It does look like he's going to be saving though. That's the thing. Gloom had a free ultimate available to him. Like, I'm not too sure why he's just not going for it, really. And they kind of just all got mopped up. That round could have been so different if Tix just decided to ult. He had his ultimate available, and then as soon as the Killjoy ult pops, he just decided to ult onto the site, completely disrupt what they're doing, combined with a server dart. Potentially just a lot of disruption that could have happened. It's not going to be seen there. One thing to note as well is Gil's also one off his server ult. So the fact that you haven't burnt your Killjoy ult now means later on it's just going to get countered. So the idea is since you're basically racing against the clock there. You're racing against his own ultimate timer. So the second he pulls out his Killjoy ult, it's gonna get countered. If we do see him actually have his ultimate by then, it should be really free though. He could position himself towards A long there, but it looks like their default is going to be extremely stagnant. They have moved Yish over to A though, is something I want to talk about, and it does seem like he's going to get joined by Talker. This is strange. I mean, they're playing very interestingly. I'm not going to say it's not optimal, but there's a couple of it's these little things, Digital, right? It's just these little things that you can be doing as a team to gain like a slight edge, and that edge could potentially go a long way. Oh my goodness, that's an insane tag from Gloom.
Yeah, Gloom, I'm pretty sure he only had a Sheriff to play with that round. As you know, the economy of straight out of the Zoo Academy, it's not really that good. Only really, who was it? Taco? No, Yish with the a single rifle in their hands. Look, damage is done. No heal on the other side, New Haven to bail that jet out. But yeah, look, the Killjoy util and Killjoy v Killjoy potentially. I do think Tix is trying to sell a fake over towards
she's
A.
Looking to ult. Yeah, there it is. She's looking to ult. This ult's gonna be basically just fake A, and they're gonna be able to walk on a B for free. Like, this is so strange. This is a really strange play to actually see.
Wait,
huh?
A. What a play here! Yish is in the kill box. He just keeps spraying. Damage is done. Yish takes one, but Taco gets destroyed. Oh, that shock dart narrowly tags him a little bit as well. Now that's really unorthodox. You've never seen that ever. Look, New Haven, they plant the spike again. Elimoff, probably not long for this world, tapping away and ticks that turret, shooting Elimoff in the back as well. The guy is just having a rough time right now. He does make it deeper into the cubby, but overall, retake for the defenders. They have 3 ultimates. It's possible. Hunter's Fury and even the running back, so now or never, and time is running a little bit short. Elimoff starts off huge, Tix is gone, and Ronin gets the instant cap initially, and Operator's there to back him up, but the Killjoy lockdown, this should be free, but some boy TP's out of it, Yish is gone, ult into Elimoff, 1v3, starts off huge, there's 1 kill, but the timer is running out. Oh no, Elimoff can't quite kill the triple. Operator pulls out the rifle, confirms it, and wins the round by the neck of it, by the skin on his teeth, I would say, but yeah. New Haven, up by 3. That was a really weird round.
I don't know what I'm meant to think of that. Generally, you need a lot more going into an A, like an A split like that. That's the reason why teams don't really do A splits on this map. It's because you can kind of just spam them whilst they're pushing up. I mean, that's kind of what happened. Yish got that spam kill and then he's got his ult. He had the lockdown available, right? That brought them into an interesting retake situation. The one thing they didn't account for is the fact that Sunboy just completely, from the shadows, out of there. They had absolutely no idea where he was. And look, it just turns out he was in their spawn that whole time and kind of secured the round for them. If that wasn't the case, it could have been a lot different. But there you go, Gloom. That's really good aggression coming out from him. He's managing to take out the smoke super early into the round. That's really going to be causing problems in New Haven.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because New Haven now, they either go fast or they just rely purely on Angels and hope that Straight Outta Zoo Academy peaks them so they can get some more map control. But granted, losing a player on the attack side, it's not the end of the world, because once again, 3 spike sites, the defense has to be split up, even more so when you get an initial pick. But overall, the players as well in New Haven really split up right now. If one player goes down, it's going to be really rough for even a single person to come back and trade. But I like the util usage as they start to creep on their way over to the C side. Oh, Gloom gets yet another. Operator's gone now. Ronin pushes out. That's a great initial shot to open things up. Goes for a reload. Isn't quite aware that Elimoff is just right around the corner. Elimoff, choose your timing right, because Ronin stepping around. He has the C-side control and Spike is being ferried over from long. Elimoff, yes, indeed. The patience pays off and boom, Ronin gets caught by surprise. Ticks 1-1-4 now. Oh, does get a kill into Elimoff, so it's tit for tat currently. He's down on his lonesome and at hot hands just buys so much time. Marta with the slow orb. Tix, I mean, he's limited util, no Killjoy lockdown, maybe can secure the spike plant, but to win it a 1v3 against, say, flashes, mollies, and slow orbs, it's not very likely. Although, he fakes the plant initially, gets another kill, it's more doable. 1v2, if he can isolate these final 2 players, he can clutch this out. I think the key right now is for him to go aggressive, and it's what we're seeing, and just as I say that, they're starting to group up again, the last 2 defenders. Tix has to go huge here. Oh, the jump. It may have been made himself known. Yep. Could have made that really close, but Yesh with the swing gets the kill, and Straight Outta Zoo Academy, they get their 2nd round on the board. They're still 2 down, but at least this was more convincing.
Yeah, that's pretty well played. They knew that they didn't really have to go onto the site, because as soon as Tix does get the spike down, they're basically going to play that 1v3 retake. They know they're favored in that situation. They're not just going to force an unnecessary fight. Mata, interesting swing there. It doesn't really matter too much in the end, though, because they did secure the round, but at the same time, you either commit to the retake or you commit to the site hold. That could have potentially gotten really sloppy, considering they were a man down and it was going to be going into that 1v2. But regardless of that, they do pick up the round, so they've picked up the 2nd one. Il and Tucker do have ults available. Mata's close to the resurrection there, but here's something I want to see. I want to see that Hunter's Fury burn by Operator there. I wanted to basically just see him kind of use that as a win condition going onto this ace site hit. Yish has got a lot of work to do here there.
Yish. Well, he's a sentinel. He has util to lock the site down potentially. And now and never pop him. He gets spotted out. That's good backup. Has arrived. The paranoia. And look, he's holding off the attackers. Well, Rotate comes through. And that's an instant dash promotion. What a clean 2k. My god. Slicing and dicing. Yish and Taco. They're out for the count. Smokes and sentinel util. Now 3v5. This could be a potential save. As I say that, Hunter's Fury gets burned. Does damage Ronin a little bit, but can't even secure a kill. Marta in heaven with the sheriff. Look, I don't know, man. This is a very questionable retake. It looks like they are going to attempt it, but the post-plant defense is set up reasonably well. They have a Hunter's Fury to play with post-plant. Honestly, I think a save is in the best interest. Maybe do some damage, exit frags. Yeah, I think that's what was going to happen, but I'm getting mixed messages here, Crash.
I mean, I feel like Merchant's going to just decide to push this smirk off the time. Yeah, here he goes. Like, this is just
Oh, wow.
observing 101. I feel like these guys always decide to do plays like this. Look. I'll tell you right now, one thing I picked up from doing all these observing is you kind of just know when a player is going to do something. Like, you have that, he's like, I mean, Merchant's already gotten 2. Like, I have just in the back of my head, he's like, alright, he's low. He's probably going to try to push and try to get more kills because he's kind of feeling his aim right now after those 2 kills. Correct in my assumption there. Doesn't really matter too much because the economy is somewhat healthy on their side. Straight out of the Zoo Academy is just, I don't know, look, they're just on the back foot every single round, really.
Yep.
They had a couple of moments of glimpses of hope, I guess you could say there, but they are just going to be playing on the back foot probably for the rest of this entire map. Though their economy is going to kind of in shambles right now. It's very hard to stabilize unless you win like 3 rounds in a row with like 3 members surviving.
Ooh, and that's the thing about Rain Leaders as well. Roni, he put that out early, gets intel that there's a play towards mids. That could put a huge spray down, but Aliamoth only gets 1. Couldn't quite confirm yet another. Damage is done. But look, New Haven, they take start again. This should be a reasonably easy spike plant and post plant once again.
Yeah, Spike was a bit late there, though, so that's going to be shaving time off, or giving more time for the retake there. Yish just kind of goes down out of nowhere. That's interesting. There you go. This retake's quite difficult. Mata has a Marshal and a Sheriff, so I'm not really too sure what's going to be happening in this one there. Pretty difficult to get onto the site though. This is a really good defense. I want to pay attention to how the attackers are playing right now. They're playing this like pseudo triangle defense type thing. It's so oppressive, right?
Oh dear.
Like, I think the one thing we need to highlight in this round is quite literally that defense. Like, I don't really think there's much to talk about in that retake. It was never happening to begin with. I don't want to be a doubter. I'm just being very realistic. That is such a good C-site post plan. If you're not playing off site and you're forced to play on site, play that triangle defense. You have one guy backside, you have one guy default, and you have one guy towards that green box, right? You play that, and you have so many opportunities to double swing the angles. You can double swing CT, you can double swing garage. If you leave your 4th player all the way towards log, he watches that flank, and you're basically set. Like, that is so difficult to retake. You basically need like a server dart. You need some insane amounts of coordination. You need a good amount of utility. They just didn't have that available to them. The server was down. If that wasn't the case, I mean, could have been a bit of a different round there, but Gloom, he's ready to get aggressive here.
Oh, well, it worked out for him in the previous few rounds. Not this time, though. The Hail Mary Bloodbath, and Operator through the wall will take his head clean off. Marta, yeah, the Sage will over towards mid, just to hold down a little bit of a push from B. And look, I do think New Haven, they're going to play this round really slow. They understand that straight out of the Zoo Academy are on a save round, so it's just going to be pistols. Expecting aggression, play slow, get the kills, farm your ultimates up even more. Granted, they already have a Killjoy lockdown, hasn't had to be used. In fact, it was used a few rounds ago. The Hunter's Fury still holding on to it. They don't need it. Straight out of the Zoo Academy. Dear me, this is... I wouldn't say it's starting to look dire, but the momentum is not going their way, and slowly but surely this game is going to escape them. Elimoff, lone player on C-side, hold it down. That, yep, the dart didn't do much. Wasn't long for this roll anyways. Motion gets the kill, and we could be seeing that even stronger version of that triangle defense post-plant.
They're going to come through garage here. I mean, look, I have no idea if this is going to work. I mean, look, probably some spam kills to come through eventually. They are going to play off site there. Wait, this is interesting.
Operator biding his time. Actually, they managed to pick up 2 kills now with the Sheriffs. Clean headshots. Alright, alright. So this is doable. They have a Resurrectant available, and Ronan goes aggro, gets forced back. He's not going to take his chances against the Sheriff. So Marta and Taco probably just run and do some damage. There's not much to really lose. You have your ultimates. Ronan just biding his time. He hears the footsteps now, but does he get aggro? That's the question. Indeed he does. Catches Marta. Oh, Taco. That could have been close, but Util is flying his way. Bullets as well. Gets taken down. New Haven, they lead by 5. Ultimates everywhere. Straight out of the zoo. Now is the time to strike back. Do or die. You lose this full buy. You're back on the eco. And the first half won't be swinging your way.
Alright. Look, I'm getting a little bit annoyed. Gloom, you're one up your ult, mate. Like, just run towards A long and just grab it for free. Just put your wall down and get your ultimate. Then you have a nice retake ult. I'm not sure really what's going on there. I feel like it's just poor, like, ult economy, really. It's just these small wins. Like, I kind of, like, I know I talk about it a lot. It's just because teams don't do it for some reason. Like,
well,
I don't want to,
like,
I hate, yeah.
That's the like difference of like having a coach right now in the game and not having one. Well, I say they aren't allowed to talk, but maybe type messages if that's allowed.
Look, I haven't read the rules. No one reads the rules, mate. Come on.
Well, at least we don't read the rules as much because we don't play. But oh, Gloom, that was his chance to get a kill, make things better for Australia Zoo Academy. And once again, the A site killjoy lockdown fake, I think it was. It doesn't get anyone, and it's a C site take again. New Haven, they really like it. Elimoff, this is a really risky position. You buy yourself, no one to trade you out. Maybe you can get the spike planter. Some boy, yes, that's gonna take him through. And Elimoff swings wide into an absolute firing squad. Australia Zoo Academy, once again, down a player. Motion on the lurk. The deep in the killjoy. It's probably catch him as well at this rate. No, he takes care of it. Operator finally burns the Hunter's Fury.
Wait, the wall it.
Oh no, the wall doesn't matter.
Oh, never mind.
It was too far forward. And I think actually the Empress, somewhere, no, there was no Empress, but they destroyed the wall. This is great teamwork from New Haven, honestly. The flat out, like the straight postman defense, the util usage, coordination, it's just better. Nothing I can say right now.
Look, that could have been a bit different, but you've seen the Sage Wall C-Long from Bliss, right? How they place it long ways, so you have to break 4 pieces. Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah.
If he actually did that, that round could have been a lot different. He placed it so it kind of just covers the whole area off, but instead of having 4 pieces to break, there's only 1 piece to break. So that's just a little micro thing there, though. But that could have potentially been the world of a difference winning that round or not, though. It's these little things, Digital. Like, I know I talk about this a lot, though, but it's because, like, these little things win you rounds. These little things give you the advantages that you need to secure the rounds. So if you aren't going for those little plays, like, you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage every single time without even realizing it, really. Something that you kind of need to just... You always notice it on second viewing, like, oh, we could have done this better, we could have done that better there. Speaking of this round, there, I mean, Tix, I don't know how he's got in here. I actually don't know how he's got in here. He's just walked, right, he's just kind of like... just walked up.
Taco gets executed to the back, and Tix, you know, he's trying to clear sewers. Looks to be another A split again. This is probably the most A splits we've seen in an official at any point.
Oh,
Marta,
no.
poor guy, look, he was trying to make himself, you know, hit him for a little bit longer, but Tix with the swing, had the better gun, takes care of him. It's a real save round coming up from straight out of the zoo. I'm not expecting too much. Gloom does get one, gets traded out though, and Yesh trying to get retribution. Won't last for very long. It's a 3-way crossfire. New Haven, my god, they aren't missing a single beat. The last round of the half now, they're up by 7 rounds. Economy hasn't been an issue all game long. Ronin just popping off. Tix farming as well. They've been cycling their ultimates. Straight out of the Zoo Academy, you have almost everything on board. Now's the time to pick up the final round to give yourself a slight advantage. Well, not even a slight advantage. A slight kicker for the second half.
Yeah, 4 ults available. Bunch of tools here. Let's see if they do decide to cycle them off. It is the last round. Regardless, there, I mean, the half's already over, basically. Like, that's 9 rounds on the board. They've got a bunch, like, just a lot of work to do on their attacking half. Their comp isn't bad on attack either, though, so I'm curious to see if they do really have a couple of ideas going into that there. Regardless, pretty aggressive start coming out. They do decide to take quite a bit of mid control here. They are going to be breaking that Sage Wall early, which is always good. There applies pressure. Lumen's decided to run it back here.
Oh dear, and right into the enemy. Motion.
Oh, that could have been big.
Motion, I think he missed the dash. It doesn't matter. God!
What?
Sprays right through the garage door. Takes down Gloom. Crosshair placement, baby. Oh, straight out of the Zoo Academy, they're just getting shut down at every single turn. They've lost perhaps one of their strongest pieces of firing power, Gloom, so early in the round. So much util is over towards the A site. Sure, Marta finally cycles that resurrection, so Gloom's back, but hey, you have limited util to play with on the retake to an extent. But at least you have a 5v5 post-plant situation, and there you go. This is getting deadly. Hunter's Fury, Elimoff does deny the plant. If he can do more damage, it's ideal. Yes, indeed he does, but Ronin, he can get a kill and heal back up. Gloom takes him down. Finally, he's struck him, baby. Emotion looking for more. Misses the right click. It's one tip for a tat right now. As we see straight out of the Zoo Academy starting to work back onto the sites. Operator misses that Operator shot, and that's just brutal. Manages to land the second one, though, and the defuse just can't come through. Operator gets yet another. Yes, he can't miss the defuse with Operator. He's cycling through bullets. Masa catches Tix off guard. Operator, he's waiting for his teammate somewhere on the flank. He gets spotted out, but yes, he has to go for the push right now. Secure the kill. You don't have time to mess around. All down to Masa. 1-on-2. No Sage Wall to play with. Limited util. No resurrection. Time is wearing thin. Operator. Third shot. Confirms the kill. New Haven. They go into the second half. 10-2.
Switching sides.
Yeah, interesting to say that Operator is buying the Operator as well. That's something I do want to point out right now is, I guess to some people it might seem a little bit strange that, hey, this guy who isn't playing Jet, or isn't playing a Duelist is buying an Operator. Why is the server buying the Operator? Generally, what you can do is you kind of just post up on the line whilst your team's pushing. So what he would have been doing during that push is just probably watching that heaven line or watching behind default to see if anyone does swing at it. You kind of just punish them for that peek. It's something that Vision Spectres used to do quite a bit. They'd send RB on that jet, and they kind of just want him to dash into the site and create space for the team. Whilst their server player, I have no idea who played server for them back in the day there, but he would quite literally just sit on that operator, hold the line, and if they do swing, you just get punished because if the operator on the line, you can't really peek an operator like that. So that's just like a little thing to keep in mind there. So just to people thinking that might be a bad thing, it's different. It's probably just something a lot of people haven't seen in a while because it's not really something you do. But there you go, Taco with a nice little entry. Tix is gonna get taken down early. Oh my god, Yish!
The turret duo stack with this classic. They take down Ronin and Sunboy on the flank. Operator, the shot that light up. Matza! Oh, does survive. Thankfully, he Sage can self-heal. This is really good from straight out of the Zoo Academy. The second round, pistol round, 5v2. They should be able to take this rather cleanly unless motion absolutely goes humongous. But look, they're tapping away. Time is wearing down, and the post-plant defense, I would say, is rather good. They're all playing off-site. They have Killjoy Util on-site. 3 over towards Sewers. They're watching the flank. Too long. There's no way they lose this, right? Surely.
Yeah, I mean, the spike is already ticked down so much that the round is basically over. They're going to jump out here. They're going to potentially get something done there. I mean, there you go. There's another one for Yishu. Is it going to be on for the 4K?
Oh, dear.
Oh, it's not meant to be, though, unfortunately. Good thing for Operator, though. He got 2 kills. So, and now... What?
He got 2 kills, and he gets Marta, dies as well. So I think that's 4 ult points out of 7 already.
No. If you died to the spike, this is old there. But if you died to the spike a while ago, you would get an ult point. But that's not the case anymore because generally what you do is just suicide into the spike, and you kind of like get rewarded for it in a way. Even though that sounds really strange. But yeah, you kind of need to like you're forced to like die basically like to the enemy. So you're kind of trading an ult point for an ult point there. Interesting though. Operator does have 3 ult points. That's something I do want you guys to keep your eyes on. There's potential coming out later. This is an aggressive. Oh my god!
Ronin!
That's sharp.
Crosshair placement gets 1. Doesn't even have to dismiss out. No trace to come through. Straight out Zoo Academy. They've lost their smoker crash. And to know how you feel about that on Haven.
Oh
Good
yeah,
movement as well.
that could have been a nice pick there.
Oh
wait.
my god, another A split, you must be joking. At least it's right, Yish, he's on the lurk, picks up Ronin, and look, motion, he's trying to go aggressive up towards Sewers to pick up the kill onto Yish potentially, and he only has a shorty to play with, so he is in a really rough spot, I won't lie. Though Yish may just walk into his trap. Yeah, they know motion somewhere around here. He gets spotted out, poor guy, 48 HP.
What is going on?
The Aldrun as well. How's this guy still alive?
So strange. He's just gonna die to the molly or no!
No dash to work with. Oh dear. This is actually a really promising 2 rounds from straight out of the Zoo Academy. They lost 1 player early on. They secure the round win really easily. Spike is down, get all the kills. Hey, this is maybe their chance to come back a little bit more. Although, New Haven, this is their full buy now. Oh, Crash. What kind of strat will they have cooked up on defense?
Look, it was a bit of a step-up performance from Yish in the first pistol round there, though, and outside of that, it was just a really nice ace split. It's just apparently something that these teams really like to do, even though I haven't seen that in months. Regardless of that, they're gonna just be sending it up C. This is not something you generally expect on a bonus round like this, because, you know, Spectres against a rifle at range. Somebody is gonna be playing on top of default, though, so this could get quite spicy. Double smokes are exchanged.
Yeah.
That's a big tag, though.
Oh dear me, Sunboy, he backs off in gloom. Well, he does secure the site for his teammates. He doesn't check back plat though, although it doesn't really matter as Yish picks up Ronin. That's a great start. Alarm bot as well. Wait, you can place it over that barrier? He's freaking out right now. There's so many players jumping up on him, and that rifle pickup, oh look, it was for nothing. He gets walled off regardless. Nowhere to really run. Gloom on the flank to catch out motion, but motion is way too sharp. Gets the flick onto him. 47 HP though, no heals yet. Straight Zoo Academy, Spike is down. They can have to buy time. As I say that, God, Operator with the lineups burns up Taco. Marta at long distance with the Spectre. I don't like his chances, I'll be honest. Although Ellie Moth at this distance. Oh, I take it back. The Spectre is getting kills. Operator's gone. They're trying to tap away, and Ellie Moth gets yet another.
Absolutely not.
Ellie Moth picks up 1. Ellie Moth, last bullet gets the triple kill. Straight out of the Zoo Academy. They're back in it. New Haven. What the hell?
Way. Oh my god, what did it? That's a step up. That's a step up and a half. They're warmed up, Digital. I don't know what's happened, but they've won pistol. They've won the round after. They've won their bonus.
Got a gun out of it.
Oh my! That oh my god,
That's a
step
clutch.
up.
That's a huge clutch. First half was just warm up. Look at Elimoft. 2 out of 7 from his Hunter's Fury. Not that you really need it on the attack side because it's a eco right now from New Haven. Yesh has the lockdown. Mana, the resurrection already. This is looking up, but New Haven, this is really aggro down mid, and they may be able to pinch a few players now on the flank because that kills your turret. It may go inactive anytime soon. No, I take it back, just within range. New Haven, I don't like the odds on the retake, but hey, look. Upgraded pistols in numbers can yet honestly do a lot of damage. And then Blades on Motion as well. Can he go huge this time? Nope. That's a no. Although the smoke disappears at the worst of times. Elimoft gets caught out. And Taco's there on the trade. The Lear point blank. Yeah, that's not good. That's not what you want to see. Mata and Yish, they hold the line. Sunboy now. 1-on-4. You have a sheriff to work with. Gets spotted out even. And there's only one angle you can really work from. Gets curveball to hell. Left, right. Good night. Gloom confirms the kill. This is a running hot start from straight out of the Zoo Academy.
I mean, we were watching a different team, really.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're playing so much better on the attacking side. They've found the weaknesses and they're starting to exploit them. And they've got these really nice little individual plays that have been coming out from each member. Yish with the nice little 2K and the piss around there, and Il with that was a pretty. I actually did not think he'd get that last kill. He looked a little lost there, but then he just completely blew my mind and managed to get that 3K in the end to clutch that round out there. There's just these insane strats coming out. That's a really nice ultimate though to come out and start. Immersion's gonna be able to catch Gloom off guard because they're worried about this server ult coming out from Operator. That's just that's a strat we've seen since like Act 1. Episode 1, Act 1. It's such a basic server ult there, but there's so much value you can get behind it.
Plus, as well, it denies vision to the attackers to an extent. And Operator, once again, on the Operator, but it doesn't matter. Mata has a resurrection, Gloom's back in, and there's the run it back available. They have so many ultimates available for them to take the site. This should be doable. Operator playing up towards heaven, and oh, he's just out of range though. This may be huge for him, but they have smokes, and they should know what it's smoke.
You're dead.
Okay. Gonna confirm the Operator as well. Gotta wait for the smoke before they do decide to peek. That's a nice little. Oh, wait a second.
He had to escape the Hunter's Fury. That's timing. He gets caught out, and the man should tag him up. The wallbang maybe. Operator does escape with his life.
That's great.
5-on-5 post plant. Man, Crash. This is a whole new different team. This is straight out of the Zoo 2.0, potentially in the making. I say that, and then Yish, he maybe getting caught out. Yep. Util out, pants down. Ronan on one.
Nice wall.
They call the flank though. Now the wall. I imagine if you actually put it vertically, you'd be able to block off more players, and it's just not working out right now for straight out of the Zoo Academy. They're falling one at a time. The overheal coming through for Ronan, Gloom, and Taco to lock it down. Taco by himself. That was a huge lineup, but Operator, he was angry. He got tagged up initially. He has to reclaim his gun, and now New Haven, finally, they pick up their 11th round on the board. They have 2 new ultimates to play with this round, and straight out of the Zoo Academy, not much, but they have money.
Yeah, they've got a lot of money there. A lot of ultimate. That was 3 ultimates, burn. And they didn't manage to find their end in the end there. Not the end of the world there, because they have money in the bank. I mean, at this point, you really just need to make sure you're figuring. I'd say just figure out where that Operator is, and just try to just figure that out early, so you can try to counter it. You do have a couple of tools available. You have smokes. You can force him off the line. You have Gloom with his flashes. You've got the server dart to ping him, right? He's got an interesting dart. Never mind, he's actually not going to dart anything. He's going to be holding the sign instead, and Mata, he's not careful. Doesn't matter though, the drone is there to completely stop the push. That's the recon dart burnt early as well. So that's going to be 35 seconds until he does have his next one available. So if they do decide to go for a push now, the lack of info gathering is going to be quite known. Picks the one onto Yish.
Gloom on a trade back as heals to come through to help him out though, and Sunboy does damage, but Gloom, look, you have util, you can heal yourself. The spike goes down to the B side. This is the first B side aggressive take we've seen all game long, and a 4-on-4 retake Elimoff. Oh, you're in a bad angle there, mate.
Timing.
Motion just tapping away. Ronan aggressing on now, 1 by 1. New Haven is swarming over towards B, and the smoke to come through. Marcel is playing inside the smoke deep though. Will get spotted out. Ronan, yep. The ping as well, he should have every advantage in this situation. Fire rate boost, although Taco, his next door neighbors, oh my god, Taco! The aggression, the sneaky plays, picks up a double, running with the counter flash, and Taco paranoid, even the lineup, Gloom!
Wow!
What the hell, straight out of the Zoo Academy, they're making things work for them in the second half. What a side take, what a post-plant defense.
Digital, they're fired up! I don't know what to say, that was insane timing. from Taco. He single-handedly just kind of won them that round. He managed to equalize the
Holy.
numbers from a 2v4 into a 2v2. And then they both just ran into Gloom's crosshair. They had no idea there was a little gap in that wall. He played that angle to perfection and managed to secure the round for them in the end. They're 7-11 though. They have the momentum behind them. It was kind of halted a little bit before there, but it doesn't matter. Look at the economy on the side of New Haven. It's broken. They're on Deagles here.
They are on Deagles, and LA Mob starts off. Finally, the Sovers on the Operators is paying off big time this game. In fact, we haven't seen the Jets use the Operators at all, but New Haven, that's a lot of aggression over towards mid. And Australia Zoo Academy, they do have the Killjoy turret, which will make their positions known. Yeah, that's not good, but Marcel is by himself. You don't want to die to a whole firing squad. Gloom is there to back him up, and so is everyone else. Operator, yep, not long for this world. One by one, my god, straight out of the Zoo Academy, they're really stepping up the game now. To get out of A, run over towards C, no util there. You do have a rotation coming through, but what can you really do by yourself? Exit frags is the best thing that New Haven can hope for.
I mean, this should be the round one. Just put it over here. Okay, that's not right. That secures it. Potentially a Sova operator diff of all things. That's not something you'd really ever expect to hear. But there you go. It was managed to find 2 on that round with that operator being picked up. So they have decided to hold on to it. That's not something I really touched on before. They're going to be all through using the operator on attack, and that's a nice little 3k to come out from Gloom in the end. That's huge because I do believe that 3k secures him the ultimate. So they're going into this round. I'd like to see him use that instead of hold on to it though. 2 off the res, 2 off the Sova ult or the Hunter's Fury. They're getting they've almost got these tools available. It's interesting because the opposing Killjoy ult is kind of almost rendered useless now because of the Hunter's Fury that could potentially be coming into play very shortly there. So if they do decide to give him the spike, that's probably the play. If they do see that as an opportunity happening there, Tix, I mean, on the other hand there, I mean, he's pretty sharp as well, so even getting rid of his ult early doesn't really matter too much there. They are playing towards, A here. They're also, I actually don't know. There's a tack pause, actually, I forgot to mention that on the side of New Haven.
The first coach tack pause we've seen ever.
You can't blame them, really.
No.
They've lost 6 out of the 7 rounds that have been played on this side for them. They've lost, I guess, yeah. They've lost 6 of their CT rounds, or defender rounds, excuse me. Something does need to change up. Operators managed to buy the operator again, so that's something that they're potentially going to use to get a way into this round or find something into this round. Potential VOT battle. Not too sure what's going on here though. I have no idea how long these pauses last for.
Maybe like 30-40 seconds a minute tops. But yeah, it seems they should be reasonably aware of this. And then again, look, straight out of the Zoo Academy, it just seems right. On the attack side for New Haven, they played more tactical, more slow. They confirmed the easy round wins. But straight out of the Zoo Academy, they're full out just pulling out the clutch situations, and they step up to the occasion. That's what's amazing to me. The defensive half, with a single duelist, it was not good for them. But now on the attack side, with a solo duelist, they're making things work out. So maybe this is a new meta in which teams are going to angle more towards, having a single duelist and more util-heavy setups on a map as big as Haven. And now the round will be coming on the way real soon, and we do see Operator, along with Motion, going to get a aggression. And I do believe that may be used to pick up an ulti at the very least. Standard defense, though, that's all can really sail in defense right now. Australia Zoo Academy leaning over towards B and C.
Yeah, it looks like Operator might just post up on the line. Okay, not really doing much actually, never mind. Just gonna leave Motion on the line there. This is interesting. I think Gloom might just up the ult straight onto this B site here. Yeah, Smirk's getting ready. I mean, it's gonna be a B play here, Digital.
Oh my gosh, Tix. His util does actually get destroyed, and Gloom is still going aggro. Operator gets one onto Taco. That's the smoke's gone, and the blind push by Gloom. Yeah, it wasn't really good for anything. Operator trying to get yet another, and Gloom, he takes advantage of the missed shot, punishes him. Numbers are still even. Ultimates, nothing for Straight Outta Zoo Academy, but there is still a Killjoy lockdown available. On the defense, though, now Straight Outta Zoo Academy, they have to play this really smart and tactical. Choose your site carefully, or bait out that Killjoy lockdown first.
We're gonna head towards this A location currently. It's a bit interesting. They've slowed it down quite a bit. It was somewhat explosive towards the start of the round. Now it just feels like a bit of a shell of itself. This is... Oh, this could be huge here.
Motion, that's a huge shot miss. Well, you say it's huge, it really isn't, but Mob gets a chance of motion, so it's still tip for a tad right now in this round. They have taken the
Oh
A
wait,
side.
that kill's huge. Digital, that kill's huge.
Why?
Never mind. I was about to say they could just give him. Wait, what just happened? I was about to say give ill the spike. He plants it. He gets his ult. Killjoy lockdown comes out. He just counter ults it, and Gloom wouldn't have had to die.
Well, that's not what happened. That's Sage ult as well by Mata. I mean, it doesn't really stop much, I'll be honest. They still get into the C side. Ronan! Yes, pushes into the smoke. Blind. Mata gets that kill. At some point now, he can isolate these two players. Doesn't matter.
Oh, that's a
Alimob's
sharp
just
shot.
way too sharp. The Sheriff is in town. Confirms the kill. Crash. Straight out of Zoo Academy. They're actually coming back. 9-11 right now.
That could have been played a little bit clean, I'll tell you that much.
That's true.
I don't think Gloom had to die there. It was a bit of a hero play from him, actually. The fact that he did decide to push into CT and break the lockdown whilst he was at it, alongside getting the kill onto Tix. That was a really nice hero play from him. That's something that does need to be stated, actually. Could have been a bit. Yeah, look, it could have been a 3v3 retake. I'm not too sure if that is a better thing or not. Like, that's just kind of like hindsight thing. Like, I don't actually know how that situation would play out there. Economy's broken, and they're sending it up C, where absolutely no one is.
God, these reads, it's perfect. New Haven, they're going aggro out A. They're getting nothing. They're the bag holders right now. This post plant, it's going to be really juicy, at least over towards A long, and I think a sneeze drill soon, so Crash, take over for a moment.
Look, operator shot's gonna be missed though, but it doesn't matter though, because Gloom's gonna be on the other side. Motion manages to find one. Eel with the one to follow up.
Oh my
wall
God.
bang. Okay, that's a nice little sharp shot. Digital, you back? You able to
Yes,
play by
I'm
play instead of me?
Yes, thank you very much. Turns out that sneeze, it was a fake. Operator,
Oh, it was a fake.
and now Ronan, the last two players, what, damage maybe? Save whatever they can? Because right now, it's looking to be a flawless round, really, coming out from straight out of the Zoo Academy. Saving a Sheriff, I don't really see the whole value in it. At least they have bigger guns to work with. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's a huge whip. Alimov, you're getting a little bit greedy there, man. You can't lose the Operator. It doesn't matter. He picked up the kill anyways. All down to Operator now. Second in the corner. Good luck. And the knife kill gets denied. Mata steals it. Straight out of the Zoo Academy.
Look.
This is Straight out of the Zoo literally 2.0 right now.
Look, that's still sending a message.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that he even went for that knife to begin with. He didn't get it, but that sends a message. That, I mean, he wanted to get that
Sheesh.
knife kill.
Their
They're aware that
confidence.
he just did not care. He's like, you know what, screw you guys. Go for the knife kill. 10-11. Operator's gonna get put out for Operator as well, though. So he's gonna be able to pull out that cannon. And here you go. He has the ultimate available. Guess where he's ulting? Down this middle location. The motion's gonna be following it up. Is he pulling it out?
Right here.
There it is.
Oh, the timing and I don't know. It doesn't really tag anyone up too much though. It does get Yish a little bit, but now that's a big TP and damage is done as well. Gloom works around to sight. Motion not long for the squirrel, but however, up in heaven, Sombra goes aggressive. He gets taken out. The A flank is already here though. Not for long. Mata with the resurrection. That's a lot more resistance in the second half now. Gloom goes aggro, picks up the final two
God,
kill
Gloom.
triple. They've tied things up. Straight out of the Zoo Academy, they are bringing the fight right to New Haven.
Alright, I'm gonna drink water for you, Cyber.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
play it on the mic because my bottle, for some reason, when I drink from it, it sounds like I'm hitting a bong, so I don't really think we want that. I'll drink some water for you. There you go. I'm gonna have 2 sips for you.
Yeah.
Digital, I'd like to
I
hope
believe
you
you.
do the same as well. He's decided to redeem
yep, yep.
1,600 points worth of water redeems. Glug glug, drink up. Outside of that, though, I mean, it's 11-11, and the economy is broken yet again.
Yep.
This is the first time. Is this the first time we've seen like a somewhat spread out default from straight out of the Zoo Academy, though?
Not really. I mean, it's not that spread out. They are still angling over towards mid and C side. The Outer goes on C, doesn't catch anything. And Hunter's Fury out now. Alimov, what can really catch with it? Nothing. The answer is nothing. So maybe fear tactics, but if it can bait out a peak, that could be huge. And the timing doesn't work out.
It's just sitting in the smoke with a dark cover with a judge. This is actually quite terrifying, to be honest. Just the fact that this is even happening right now.
Desperation to an extent.
Yeah, it's different. There's an operator shot rattled off in the distance towards C. Is this a shot clock lineup? Okay, show me. I want to steal your lineup. That's just not getting a kill, is it? Look at that. Wait, that's pretty sick, actually.
It's
but
not
never
bad.
mind. Here we go. The hits onto A Digital.
Oh no, Tix has no idea. Gloom, he just gets distracted. Although the judge, it could be getting clutch right now. Look, the kills aren't going in favor of straight out of the Zoo Academy. Some boy still causing issues. Finally, Taco and Gloom to work onto the side. The tag as well confirms the kill. And how's Tix still alive in the corner? Ali Muff, the operator master, getting another kill point blank. But now 46 HP, he's a literal glass cannon right now. As you can see, Ronan waiting for support from his teammate. This could be huge for Ellie Muff. No, misses that shot. How was that a missed shot? And it's match point now for New Haven. That was
Generally,
so
operator
close,
is not
but-
what you want to be seeing in a 1v3 there.
No, it's
regardless, he
not.
did make it quite close. I did believe. There's another pause as well. Oh, is that allowed? I don't know.
Tactical balls from New Haven. Let me just check.
Look, I don't know the pause rules. I don't know what's going on.
Yep, I don't think we have to reread the rules.
Never mind. They have turned it off.
Yeah.
So there you go. 11-12. If you've tuned in recently, I just want to point out that New Haven's actually only won 2 rounds on their defensive side.
Yeah.
That's something that I kind of want to stress as well. They've only won 2 rounds. Straight out of the Academy, I've had to pull that all the way back from being down 9-3 or 10-2 actually. From their defensive half. Operator is now playing this line with an operator. Go figure. That's a really big ult. And that's going to basically confirm the numbers. They've sent it onto C. The numbers are confirmed. This is probably going to be a 5v5. I love these situations, Digital. I believe you should know that by now. That I really like 5v5 retakes.
Yep, Ronan, he's burning as well, and the hot hands, Jesus, he really wants to kill into Gloom, and I like this, although it's a bit different to how New Haven are playing the post line. Actually, you know what, I take it back, it's roughly the same, but all 5 players in New Haven all grouped up over towards that tiny angle Gloom. No one really sits here, this could be a first though, but hey, things may work on his favor just yet. The lead comes through, and it should be over Gloom's head. Oh, this is so good.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge, Digital. Wait.
4 people now, New Haven, they've taken the C side though. Inside the smoke, that's big! Taco picks up 2 huge kills. That's more than enough. He's done his job. Motion. Oh my god, we are seeing overtime right now. Wall bangs through. Mana confirms the last 2.
Oh my goodness.
What the hell is this game 1?
Could you believe that at one stage this game was 10-2 in favor of New Haven?
Yeah.
How far-fetched does that sound right now? That sounds like we're just making it up. This game was so one-sided at one point, then out of nowhere, straight out of the Academy just decided to completely just 180 and just decide, you know what, screw it. We kind of want to win. And they decided, you know what, let's actually just win, and that's what they've been doing. A lot of winning there.
You know,
bringing it back to 12-12. That's go on, sir. That's just an insane achievement in itself.
You know, if this was sort of like reiterates anything, is that Haven is an attack-sided map. Everyone's getting rounds on the attack, so maybe in overtime, that's when New Haven they can bring home the dub. But look, in overtime, you have to win 2 rounds back-to-back, 1 on attack and 1 on defense. This time, straight out the Zoo Academy back on the defense, and looks like their defense is going to be offense.
This is different. Yeah, this is a different play coming up, and they know there's a bit of a mid push now. There's going to be a potential second layer coming out from Ronan. Okay, that's good there. Wait, this is a huge fight coming out there. Taka manages to find 1 there, Digital.
Hey, Gloom, he's already snuck in, picks up Tix. He said to get out of there. That's brutal, leading to his death. But this is good. Mana.
I don't know about Mana.
He's lying in wait. They don't know he's here. It doesn't matter. Attackers pick up the kills regardless. This is disastrous for New Haven. You had such a big lead initially in the first half, but now in the second half, even in overtime, you're falling 1 at a time. Operator, you're by yourself, isolated from your teammate. Interesting recall arrow. It doesn't really scan too much by Mata.
I don't know about Mana.
Crouching Tiger, hidden dragon, picks up 1. Here's the footstep and the jump as well. Some boy does get the trade, but 1-on-3. Taco goes huge and delivers the first round in overtime for straight out the Zoo Academy. Oh my god, Crash. This is a comeback of like the literal century or something.
I'm just going to say right now, I think MVP for that round, even though he only got 1 kill, was actually Mata. The fact that he managed to hold that position, okay, obviously Taka got a nice 3k there, but that second kill was, he didn't really have to swing that there. Mata was in the position to get that there, but that was just really a nice shot from in there. Mata holding down that position basically confirmed that they couldn't get onto B without him knowing. Oh yeah. And then his position alone gets 1 kill, guarantees where the second one is, and then Taka just completely clips, like, just picks him up in the end. That was just the position alone. That's positional advantage right now. That's just really bullying yourself into the round.
No clue.
Straight into Academy. Oh wait, Somboy, you've got a lot of work to do here, buddy.
No
judge. No idea they're all the other side.
No judge, but they spot out his shoulder. He's just too close to the wall. Goes down so fast. No smokes on the defense now. New Haven. Oh, this is gonna be so rough. And look, the A split take. Tix does get one, gets into at the very least, but the rotation set to come through. Yes, on the lurk, catches the operator one by one. New Haven, they're falling Crash. I think this is literally the nail in the coffin. It's already overtime. Straight out of the zoo, they haven't missed a single beat.
Absolutely no way. We have just witnessed this, right? That's it. But okay, so I guess you got Yish doing his like best Iron impression. I don't know, but that kill alone is just so big because it was a 3v5. It's like okay, workable situation. And just like yeah, no smokes available. Yish is just, you know what? Screw you guys. I don't want you to. I don't want you to play the game. I'm gonna put you in a 2v5. Gwyn basically just wins the game here. But never mind. Motion with one.
Well, Motion 1-on-3. I mean, he has a lot of util to play with, really, but time is wearing thin now. The spike is second down. Yish, he repositions over towards Heaven, 2 out towards Long. Motion. Oh, look, bad luck, mate. Good left, right, good night. The spike, it's already way too far. He has to stick it. Killjoy Molly as well. Oh, Jesus. What a comeback, you have to say.
How did that just happen? How did that just happen? How did... Look.
Holy.
I didn't really know anything about these teams coming into this game there, but how how do you come back from a how do you have okay, so you gotta look at it from both perspectives, right? How do you have a 10-2 lead and then it somehow gets brought to overtime and then you lose 2 rounds in overtime, but on the flip side, you're down 2-10, you bring it back to like 10-11, and then you bring overtime, and then you win 2 overtime rounds. I don't know what to...
No idea.
I don't know. I don't know. That's actually insane. That's unbelievable.
Let's look at the scoreboard right now at the very least. Ellie, Moft, and Gloom stepping up so much on the attack side. They're picking up all the kills, right? 25 and 25. It's rare to have one player on 25, but to have 2? Holy crap! And Gloom obviously doing the good job of initiating as the first player. Duelist, 5 first bloods. And there's a block of red in between. You have New Haven picking up a few kills, but overall, it was such a one-sided affair for both teams on the attack side. And just looks like straight out of the Zoo Academy, they had the better attack. Like, their plan of attack is literally just get in there and pretty good, what do you call it, sight fakes and, like, rotations, honestly, I will admit. They read New Haven like a book on quite a few of these rounds. We saw the stacks from New Haven quite a few times on Eco, and straight out of the Zoo Academy, they simply just didn't even go there at all. Just, oh my god. And as a result, 14-2 overtime. This is only map 1.
That's... Look, I'm still kind of speechless. I don't really think I've ever seen something like that in a game. Like a comeback of that size.
Jeez.
A comeback of that size, and then closing it out convincingly in the overtime rounds. Like, I don't know what to say. I didn't even know what map 2 is. Do we even know what map 2 is?
We will find out real soon because it seems they had to sort of redo the vetoes. Haven, at least, we know that's map 1. So, guys, don't go away just yet. Our special guest will be joining us now for map 2 and 3, and you can take a break, Crash, from talking and just focus on observing. But thank you very much, at least, for game 1. So, guys, you can follow him at Crash OBS for your premier OCE Valorant observing. Don't go away just yet, guys. Map 2 of the best of 3, at least for the open qualifiers, by the way. This is the round of 32 for straight out of the Zoo versus New Haven, coming in hot.
Watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valorant Oceania Tour 2021 Stage 2 Open Qualifiers 2. This is a best of 3 early on for Straight Outta Zoo versus New Haven to see who progresses through. It is single elim though, but hey, regardless, oh my god, I'm not by myself now. Crash is still in the camera, but look, we have a special guest. He's back for the... Yeah, there he goes. Who is this guy? Yifeng, team captain of Straight Outta Zoo, watching over his brainchildren Straight Outta Zoo Academy. So man, how you doing?
I just want to say, my children, you have done well. Man, a 210 first half and winning from a 210? Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't even think we've done that on our team before. The most we've come back from is 3-9. So, they say, one generation needs to be better than the previous. It's evolution. So hopefully these boys, take over for us when we're all gone.
Oh, look, they definitely learned from you guys and your supporters of you, I'm sure. So overall, it was a really great performance. I'm not gonna lie, they absolutely did not show up at the first half, and especially Mata, he was not putting up numbers. But then suddenly, second half, oh my god, on the attack side, they turned things around insanely. But regardless though, map 1's done and dusted. New Haven, they have to win this map 2, which will be Bind. They are starting on the attack with Australia Zoo Academy on defense. So, Yifeng, tell me man, are you ready and what are your predictions?
Okay, so I honestly have never watched a single game from the Academy team play. So this is the first for me. Likewise, part of the New Haven team, so they used to be previously for Exto, I remember, so like Somboy Motion. I've seen Operator in my ranked games quite often as well, and I'm pretty curious to see what they'll bring. As for both the teams, one team is our Academy team, the other team, I must say, the New Haven org actually also approached us at Straight Out of the Zoo before, but we weren't looking, so we didn't actually quite, look. They weren't offering us what we wanted, and we couldn't provide them with what they wanted either. So good to see that they have still managed to enter the scene with a different team. Yeah. And hopefully, I just want to see some good games. I finished my campus clutch, so here I am supporting the boys.
Oh, how'd you do actually in the campus clutch?
So today, both our games today were in 13 and 1. I guess that's a bit self-explanatory, really. Yep,
that says everything that really has to be said. So, nothing to really say about that. Regardless, though, map 2, we should be going in real soon. We are just waiting for a player for your little brain children to get some water. And yeah, Bind, how do you feel about this map? Because I understand Straight Out of the Zoo, you guys play pretty well on this map as well.
I think Bind has been a relatively puggy map, although recently we've really struggled on Bind because Astra is too strong and we can't really counter it. Especially when you combo those, because everything's so close angle and tight, right? So Raze has always been good.
Yep.
And then when you have things like Astra, putting a star and just sucking, like for example, A short, you literally have nowhere else to go. If you walk down there, you get sucked. You can't like avoid it by moving, like strafing further away. It's either you're entered or you're not. And then combo that with like Raze grenades, Raze util, splash damage. Yeah, it's so devastating. So I'm actually curious to see how our team over here at the Academy team does. I'm not too sure that they have a Raze player themselves, nor do I know if they actually have a national player. I don't think they do, but likewise, Gloom does pick onto the Raze, and let's see what they can bring for us.
Well, you weren't expecting Raze early on, and there you go. Raze, like I mentioned earlier, a very essential pick for at least a map like Bind, and well, one on both teams, and overall, it's almost a mirror matchup. Just you don't have a Sova coming up from Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, and that may devastate you to an extent.
What is this? Oh, Alamov's really been practicing his Viper recently, and as far as I'm aware, on Bind, he's been doing okay. Although yesterday, he did play this exact same character on Bind for his Campus Clutch team, and they did kind of get eliminated. Nonetheless, I do think he did, he performed okay. So, yeah, he performed well. They just got generally outplayed. So let's see if we can do the same thing here.
Performed well, and I hope he does actually pull up numbers this time, because you may at least watch some of the other games in the scene, right? Especially a team like Nebula, who have been experimenting with Viper a lot since her buff, and they've been putting up insane numbers, putting an insanely good young frag dragon on Viper. And look, if they can put up such great numbers, then what can Alimov do? Maybe surprise us. Definitely, they surprised us, map 1 at least, with the huge, insane comeback. Now, New Haven starting on the attack. Double duelist, a pretty standard, comfortable lineup, nothing out of the blue. But Mata on the sky as well to perhaps help out his team. Oh dear, maybe some aggression on the defense to start off. Regardless, looking to be default.
Yes, a bit of a... What is this setup? 3-2 towards B. Teams do like to go B at the pistol round. But here we have Alamov about to encounter 2 players of New Haven.
Ooh! And gets dinked already, has to fall back to safety. Somboy gets to go into Yeshua's there to back up Alimov. Although that Toxin screen didn't really do much. His operator disrespect just leaps on him. So yeah, the Viper practice, I don't know man, it's not quite paying off just yet.
New Haven has taken over site. Spike has been planted. 45 seconds, is it 45 or 40 seconds on the clock?
40-ish.
40-ish, yeah, we'll just say that. 40-ish. Yish, let's see what Yish can do. Oh no, Yish is dead. Never mind.
Well,
3v5 retake. But quite an aggressive hold coming in from New Haven, actually.
Enemy remaining.
Ooh, and they are putting up their numbers, but it's now all down to Mata by himself. There's no teammates to heal. Make it spotted out by the Elder and briefly, and Tixie's so aware. Doesn't get taken down regardless, so that's good. But hey, he's getting kills, but can he regain sight and defuse maybe? I don't think it's very likely. Operator gets the back stab, and he's charging up his ultimate now. So pistol round goes the way of New Haven relatively easily, and not much to be really said there on the defense. Elimoft, ugh.
So good to see that Operator is now onto the Jet. As far as I'm aware, he was playing Sova last map, I think. Jet is his usual main character, and already though with the triple and spike planted, he's onto a heavy armor or Vandal for this round. So looks like they will be going towards B, which is a pretty relatively safe decision. You know, take that aim duel at range when you have that Vandal and the enemy team is on bonus.
Oh,
Got
oh
eco.
my God.
However, they are running into a stack.
The whole zoo's there pretty much at this point. Everyone, they showed aggression early on. I think that bird may have gotten some intel, however much, I'm not too sure. But this is good from New Haven as well. They're playing really slowly, not getting too much though, although we might be seeing Operator take off the head of Taco.
Yeah, they are being relatively careful because they don't want to lose to this eco. However, a lurk comes in from Tix, makes his way onto A side. Gets some damage traded in with Gloom.
Oh dear.
Gets the kill actually. He's taking down 38 health himself though.
Yeah, New Haven, they get the spikes down relatively easily. Site's been taken, 5v4 retake with pistols. I mean, A side, it's probably easier to retake than B, but overall, you know, with inferior guns, it's going to be a clean sweep, one-sided. And also in the chat, I just want to point out, Kalashnikov, the coach for Australia Zoo Academy, he's saying he was calling for Sova on bind, and no one's on Sova, so he's just very concerned right now.
Yeah, so the thing about Sova is, Ritual, like, even Order does not run Sova on bind.
Oh.
Like, it's a good character, but because the way the map is designed, if you end up running what Order does, which is Reach and Sky, just, you know, is fully sending it in regardless, it doesn't really make a difference at that point.
And plus, Sky, you have some intel util, and anyways, look, as we talk about, you know, strats right now, New Haven, yeah, they are getting taken down a few of them, but Elimoff now...
One health. Can he get the last one on Tix?
No. Oh! Ronan will die! Hit the Vandal with hands as well!
They lost the Vandal!
Oh no, that's a bit of a blow. They won the round, but they lost a rifle. No one can really buy back.
Yeah, and I think if you are straight out of the Zoo Academy right now, you should be pretty happy with how that went. You know, they got, what, three lives down, the other two lost all their armor, so really good econ damage. If you look over for the side of New Haven, they're actually forced onto an eco. You know, three people are on secondary weapons. You know, 2 sheriffs and a shorty. Operator does like to use that shorty. I personally hate him when he does it, but gotta do what you gotta do to win, right?
Well, he can hope for his best, I suppose. A TP, a fake initially, it may actually just sell a little bit of a fake. And New Haven, like I mentioned earlier, they are on a really bad buy this round. Oh, Ronan takes a lot of damage from the paint shells. And Australia Zoo Academy, realistically, they should have this in the bag. You won the first 2 rounds for New Haven, and then now you're being forced onto an eco, essentially. This is not a round you want to lose.
Definitely. If you're straight out of the Zoo Academy, if you lose this round, this is really devastating. Operator, though, got the ult orb, is 1 point off that jet knife. I think that's what he's trying to play for. You're not going to tap. He's got both ult orbs!
Yeah, he did. So maybe here's a shining light in this in these dark times for New Haven. But no rotations out from Australia Zoo Academy just yet, and the wallbang does a bit of damage on the Tix. Operator just waiting for a rotation perhaps, and they can bundle onto the site. I think he will be looking to trade out his teammates, I would imagine. Okay, he dashes on first, spots out Taco.
We're doing here.
Oh, yes.
Yes, finds one through the triple
Cypher things. Eats that shot though, he's on 39, and second shot down, triple! Yes, my god, he's getting all the kills! Operator, those blades did nothing! Now the spike getting planted is probably the best thing they can hope for. Motion 6 though, that's very good. They pick up 2 kills of their own. Australia Zoo Academy. They've lost a few of their rifles, so this round can actually be clutchable by New Haven, but look, like, it's a bit of a crossfire.
Camera spot from Yesh, still spotting Motion, and they have a Sky Bird ready for him any time. Here's the bird, Motion down, Yesh on the 4, is he gonna get the ace?
He wants it, 90 HP, 90 HP, come on Yesh, wallbang, hit it, yes! He does get the ace, and wow, the first ace we've seen all game, straight out of the Zoo Academy. Look at what you're making Yifeng do, he's feeling so proud of his boys now. Wow, look at that.
I have to say though, the 2 kills that Yish got in that smoke, those were clean.
Yeah.
Clean transfer onto the head.
Oh yeah.
However, I must say as well, Motion, nice share shot get himself that kill over onto Taco earlier in the round.
Honestly,
Yep.
that's not a bad eco. You killed a couple of players. You got the spike down. So that's rifles that have to be reinvested on Straight Outta Zoo Academy. But yes, that was his first 5 kills on the board. And look, he already has his ultimate online. I like that. I approve. Now,
Yeah,
full
I
buy
feel
versus
like,
full buy. Let's see what happens.
Weaponry relatively balanced. I mean, one light armor and one spec for Straight Outta Zoo Academy, but nonetheless, this is still like either side's round really. Both sides really need this round for their econ management because whoever loses this is likely to be forced onto another light buy / eco-ish looking round.
Oh, Gloom, he doesn't get tagged out by the owl drone, and Operator not being able to do much more damage onto him. I like the initial throw from Gloom as well. He put down the boom bar and tried to swing with it, but unfortunately Operator was too quick on destroying the util and then switched his crosshair over to the head. Although the spike, it's still over towards the A side, and the double sort of slow play over towards B versus the double play over towards elbow. This could be deadly.
From Yesh spots out both members pushing over onto the B, but the spike's still over towards A side. So I like this actually. 3 members are on the A side as well. They've selected correctly, but Spike is now rotating on the Somboy over towards B.
Oh, that's a huge blind.
Nice bird comes in, but Yesh stuck in the corner by the paint shells.
He's waiting for his trap, although nothing's coming his way. So this is actually a really clean side tech in the spike plant by New Haven. Surprisingly, Gloom gets flashed out. Oh, this is fantastic. No one knows he's here, really. Pushes on, misses the initial shot, though. Someboy with the recon arrow will spot him out. Someboy, that's just perfect timing. Poor Gloom, you're by yourself. Yeah, I like the idea, but the execution afterwards was a little bit poor. Straight out the Zoo Academy now. They are down a player. New Haven, the 2-2 defense over towards Hookah and Long. Someboy by himself on site, runs to safety. Ronan was there, back him up. 1 by 1, straight out the Zoo Academy, the bleeding plays. As I say, the alley mob, that's a pretty good kill. And, oh, Taco strikes back. Taco spots out another. Can't let the spray. Hunter's Fury to come through. It denies the defuse a little bit longer. Alley mob, oh no, just touches the Hunter's Fury with his pinky toe. Gets destroyed. New Haven, they take the lead on the attack side.
So what is the name of this New Haven Rays player?
Ronan.
Okay.
So I'm sure you've played against Ronan a few times in ranked as well. He's not not a bad player.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure I have, but I just don't know the name. Like I know the name Ronan, I don't know this Japanese character's name.
Right. Well, Taco as well. I don't know if that in Japanese says Taco. And Taco. Taco? What is his name?
I'm not too sure. Just call him Taco, whatever. Doesn't really make a difference because he's about to get some frags, maybe. Never mind, he only has a classic. Gets spotted by the arrow as well.
Ooh.
Drone goes through.
Yeah.
Taco actively avoiding the drone operator, walking up with the drone, getting some space actually. Nice smoke to come through. Alamov tucked in this corner. A double high and low hold in Hookah actually. Ronan's about to walk in there. Oh, backs out. Alamov gets taken down.
Motion, he double guessed himself, I think, earlier there, you know, spotted out Alamov. He's like, wait, hang on. Because, you know, the skinny profile, perhaps. That's not going to help his odds at all. Yes! At least he does get 1 before he goes down, so that's a small win from the boys on Straight Outta Zoo Academy with a classic. But overall, New Haven, they should be able to take this round really easily. They have util, they have guns, long distance. Gloom, Marta, and Yish, good luck on the retake.
I mean, judges are meta on this map, and they can just hard take U-Haul like this. Yish and Gloom going in.
Oh dear.
Finds
Oh, okay.
1-for-1 trade. Doesn't get the second one. Motion gets a triple.
That's actually a pretty nutty spray tan, actually. There was a huge util stack coming out from Australia Zoo Academy. Even the box jellyfish, the Seekers, there was a lot of like a screen space taken up by utility and players. But I'm really big props to Motion for holding down the angle and not losing his cool. It secures New Haven yet another round. It should be full buys now coming out from both sides. Now Yish on the Odin. Yifang, I'm not too sure about the Odin on B.
Yeah, so that must be the Yifang special that I kind of taught him. If you look at the tripwire where the default plant site is, that's something I showed him a little bit. He's gonna go back and stand in halls, wait for the trip to pop, and wall bang that from halls. And it looks like they are going towards the B side, so we might actually get to see that in motion. Speaking of motion, where is he now going towards the A site where the spike is? New Haven, not too sure where they want to commit just yet. 2 members creeping up long. I like this default actually. No, Ronan and Tix every round defaulting up towards this B site. Means they are trying to go for a bit of a lurk, but also trying to get a bit of info and like take as much map control as they possibly can. Same thing happening. They've walked up into Octagon. Mata though changing position. Oh, might be a fake actually. Fakes the rotate over, breaks the camera.
Oh, cutting noise.
Yeah.
Although that,
Ladies have come through.
that wall... Gloom, this is huge. Sprays through and picks up motion. That's such a good play. Big brains, and now he separates the players, isolates them. We're about to come through, and oh my god, someone, the running gun dives right in. Yui raging right now. The rocket to destroy Mata.
Yes,
the wall bang, there we go. Yes, there we go. Takes down one. Elamov chimes in as well. Straight out the Zoo Academy. They're locking down the site. Ronin and Somboy. They can't get anything done. They have to retreat. Someboy hightailing over to A. They have confirmed intel. The last 3 players are on B, so A side is rather free right now. 2v3. I mean, it's not impossible. It's doable, but Someboy 13 HP. It's gonna be all up to Ronin to clutch things out.
Yeah, however, utils.
Oh dear.
No util available for the New Haven players either. However, Taco's still almost full util actually. Has info. One is at triple ult.
Oh! Ronin! Oh my god!
But
then the overcommitment. Taco finally gets the trade back. Both players are one shot, really. Taco slightly healthier. It takes 2 to the body, 1 to the head. Now,
Someboy is 1 body shot, but Taco is 2, so this could be what he was looking for.
okay, that's not good. The smoke? Oh no, it didn't ping him. It didn't ping them even outside this one. It doesn't matter. Time is running out. Someboy, he's clutched this surely. Yep, runs in, and Taco couldn't get off the spike. New Haven, look, these rounds are coming close, Yifeng, but I do think they really are starting to build up momentum at the very least.
Definitely, I think that was not a round straight out of the Zoo Academy could afford to lose, because now they are forced over onto another eco. They are down 4 rounds as well, so it'll have to be a 1-6 if they lose this, assuming they don't win the eco. But obviously, if they do carry on the genetics of the straight out of the zoo, then this is actually the highest chance of winning a round. Because apparently we aren't good at really winning rifle rounds, but we can win ecos because we start playing smart. And if you are for straight out of the Zoo Academy, I feel like right now they are just not playing smart enough.
That is one hell of a strat. They could go aggro out over towards A long, and there's only one side for their in form of Ticks. I'm not too sure if he's going to live for too long, though. They line up for him! Oh, dear. I can hear you crying from across the internet. And Gloom does go aggro, puts up a kill into motion. Oh, that's a double kill from him! That's huge! 2 rifles gone, 30 HP. He survives. Numbers are even. Mata swings the corner. Operator didn't see his shoulder initially, but still gets the kill. Pulls out his knife, and Gloom already chimes in. He punishes him for pulling his knife out in a situation like that. And once again, a similar situation. Someboy runs over to the A site, gets the spike down. But look at the ultimates available for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy for the retake.
Yeah, another 2v2 retake, but once again, still winnable for either side, you know? Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, less health, but they have their util and ultimate available. However, good post-plant positioning is coming out from New Haven. They have this camera for the spike, they have the Sober arrows, the shock darts as well. Looks like they are going to go for that bit of a post-plant. 1 kill, and Someboy has his ultimate as well, so Gloom and Elamov can't really give him that 1 kill. He could potentially get one with a shock dart since Gloom is on 30 HP.
Oh,
lineup's coming in.
Oh,
barely
Gloom, how does he survive? He's on 11, pulls the dart out, and Tix was already lying in wait. Quadra for him, charging up the neural theft even further. New Haven, man, they are really taking control on map 2 now. But then again, could be deja vu. Map 1, attack side, it was the same story. Yeah,
and I hope that's what they pulled out this time, because this isn't looking too good. And generally, these are maps you're not supposed to win on the attacking side, so Australia really do be kind of dropping a choke here. However, Elamov picked up the operator. We've seen him work his magic last map. Maybe it'll work out. However, I'm not too sure how that's going to go with this Viper roll. You know, I don't expect anyone to be standing in the Viper roll with the operator unless he's going to go for no scopes, but that seems relatively pointless to me.
It may tank his FPS if he scopes in too much into his ultimate. But New Haven though, they aren't committing over towards B, and Elamov holding high up towards heaven with the operator, and things may pay off. Operator looking to dash in now. So it comes down to see if Elamov can use the operator to snipe out operator in the air. Oh, it doesn't even matter. The dash, Elamov catches a mid dash. I think it was. That's a great start.
Gloom takes heavy damage over towards his U-Haul, throws his own pain shells. Oh, Showstopper has been used. 30 HP, tries to look for him. Does he go for the gamble? Oh!
Did he do damage to Ronin? I don't think so, right? Ronin tagged down slightly. A tiny bit. Okay, that's good.
Actually, not too sure if that was from the ult or the paint shells that he used earlier, but either way, Gloom only on 30 health left. However, Mata has his heal available, so not quite sure why they're not going over to try to get the heal.
Oh, the bait! Yes, he
The bait.
picked out. He got sucked in, and Tix just executes him to the back of his head. But now the question is, the Neurals have to come through. Mata, oh my god, that's huge. Picks up 2 clean headshots. Anchors down the B side. Zombo on the lurk picks up Taco. Hunter's Fury over towards the defender spawn, though. Won't really catch anything out of it, so jumping the gun a little bit. And look, having a Sky on team, it can afford you to heal players back up to full health now. The rotation back over to A. A very similar situation in the past few rounds, really. New Haven, they always come back to the A side and have to clutch things out. I am off with the operator. Can he open things up?
Viper Spit still available on Alamov. He could toggle this on and potentially win them the round. However, Dart pings all of them. They know where Sova is. Somewhere that peeks out and finds Alamov. Motion as well. Spots the back of him. They're not checking for him.
Wow. Just the timing and distractions. That's all I can say from New Haven in this round, you know. Early on, you had the Omen TP and Yishi took the bait, gets executed, and same thing there. You had some boys firing around, just being such a big presence over towards Showers, and then suddenly you have who was it? Motion just strike from behind over towards U-Haul, picks up the 2 easiest frags of his life. New Haven, this is 7-1. We could be potentially seeing another 10-2 first half.
Yeah, Somewhere really creating a lot of pressure over at that bathroom position. He's always there on their A post planet. Looks like Shirazu Academy going for a rush play this time though. Motion straight to a smoke after seeing Gloom and actually catches out Yish. Gets tagged down to 12 HP though.
Yeah, so New Haven, I suppose it's a good start. I mean, it's a man advantage, I'd say that. And then Operator, oh man, runs out blind by himself. Gloom just gets the easiest one-tap execution. Numbers are back even now, and health pool definitely favoring straight out of the Zoo Academy. Some boy long distance trying to exchange shots. Gloom dodges the shock dart. That's good, but can he dodge the second one? Oh, eats it to the face. 45 damage. 2 shots from death. The lone players anchor down the A side, so Yifeng aren't rate his chances for survival to be too high. Although that's good.
Yeah, I feel like Gloom should just quickly whip out his Sheriff because he seems to be getting more kills with that weapon than anything else. 4v3 with New Haven also in numbers advantage and weapon advantage. 2v4 now. Stopped by a tripwire. Elamov and Mata. Elamov actually gets motion. Traded out. 1v3 by Mata. Has a Sheriff. Uses the... We call this Stink Dog, but it's actually a Tasmanian Tiger.
Yeah, I know. It's a Tasmanian Tiger. And apparently last time with the coach of Mindfreak Arkin, he was saying, what's a Tasmanian Tiger? Those exist? I'm like, yeah, dude, they're extinct though. But look, Mata, 1-on-3. Maybe some exit frags with the Sheriff. At that distance, it should be able to essentially kill most of the players as they are tagged. Oh, what a shot by Ronan! The single tap shoulder peek. And New Haven, 8-1. We are honest to God seeing a repeat of map 1, dude. I swear to God. And plus, Yifeng, look, you know, that was an eco round, and it does seem to be consistent that Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, much like Straight Out of the Zoo, they do get some frags using the pistols, because they do play a bit smarter, but this time they have 4 ultimates to play with, guns and armor. Surely there's no reason they lose a side hold or at least a retake.
We're finally onto another buy round. One of them on light armor though. 4 ults available for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy. They really need to be using those and, you know, secure themselves at least another round in this half, really. That's probably why they left Alamov alone. Oh, never mind, he is with Taco over towards his B side, so they have decided to switch it up a little. Might be a good time to use the Viper's Pit right now, actually.
Yeah, you know, and as Crash would say, cycle the ultimates as much as you can. You'll get it back regardless, and plus the first half, it's about to end. Oh, Taco spots out Operator, the gun barrel just sticking out. And absolute silence again. Motion misses Taco just briefly with the paranoia. So much util has been used, and perhaps pick up the Dragon Operator for good luck. Gets forced back, and New Haven. This isn't quite the start to the round they expected.
Yeah, looks like Straight Out of the Zoo Academy have rotated back to the A site after going towards the B site. However, the members of New Haven are still stacked towards B. It's all up to the Cypher on Tix, making his own way. He's crept past the tripwire.
Wow.
He's trying to avoid the camera, but does the camera actually see him? I don't know if the camera actually spotted him or not. It did.
Well, he's looking the wrong way, and once again, bait and switch, I think. Yeah. And 6 inches staring at the camera.
The wrong way.
Oh, dearie me. Oh. The big rock to come through and blast back onto the side. He was already stunned and fragile, I think. That's just a easy spray down now. All down to Slumboy. 1v4. I don't like his chances. Yep, quadra for
Okay,
Taco,
for Taco.
locking down the B sites. Okay, 2-8, and you know, as luck would have it, 10-2 scoreline first half. I have a feeling it's coming.
So, second round finally picked up by Shadow Zoo Academy. If they get themselves an 8-4 first half, I guess not favorable, especially since they start on defense, but seeing that they are better attack, it's still winnable. Looks like a
Okay.
fast A, maybe, actually.
A fast-
Operator has picked up a judge as well. I think he wants to send it into U-Haul. You know, this is the first time New Haven is playing fast for once.
And
Yeah, there we go. There we see it. They're going for a fast play. They're running in. Operator dashes past the trip. How's the
Yes,
judge
yes,
looking
he
for
wants
you?
to fall back, but no, Operator still gets the kill regardless. Mata has to get the hell out of there. They've lost the A side completely. Finally going fast early on for New Haven. It's worked out, and they don't really have much in the form of impactful ultimates on the retake. Sure, you have Ali Moth with the Vipers, but he has to get onto the site to use it effectively. So, New Haven, man advantage. Util and Ronan, you're stuck in a hard corner right now. You have to go close.
That's not bad
Yeah,
though,
can't get the
actually.
headshot. It does get damage done though. Numbers are even. 4-on-4. That shock dart may have been huge for a moment there. Tixel locking down the angle, and perhaps emergency TP to come through. Tix finally strikes. Elmoth is gone. That's the ultimate. And Master just lying in wait. Takes out motion. That's a bit of a TP and a half. I'm not gonna lie. Util coming through,
is
and
ticking
Tix
down.
he's still buying time. This is so good. The camera dart. You should be able to get the kill, right? Operator and a pinch from Tix. They're getting the kills. Operator on 3. Taco for 1. Oh, the 180 couldn't quite land the headshot at that distance. Oh, Tix clutches it out. And look, 92. I called it, Yifeng. 10-2 scoreline first half. It's so possible. Honest to God.
Oh, yeah, Operator actually with the luckiest timing, because Mata was holding the U-Haul position, and you know, the second he switches from holding that U-Haul angle towards Showers is when Operator peeked out. So he got the easy double lineup. Oh, and that was so unlucky. If Mata just hold for like maybe less than a second, even like 0.5 of a second, he would have potentially had that round there. And I think attack pause is being called. You know, 2-9 down, it makes sense for them to call attack pause, right?
It does make sense, but then again, the first half's about to end, so I'm just like, okay, it's a technical pause apparently. So I wonder what's happening. It seems, guys, if you call a pause, you have to specify which one it is, so we know for record keeping, and the other team they cannot, you know, try overturn the potential lose or win.
I have to say though, 3-9 better than 2-10, right?
Yeah, slightly, but is that what you want? I think 10-2 is their lucky number. That's what allows them to come back so hard when the side switch.
Very interesting options coming in, buys coming in for Shiazu actually. Gloom has picked up an operator while Alamov is somehow on light armor and a, and a frenzy, even though he can actually afford heavy armor on the last round as well. This doesn't really make sense to me, but
I think they're just waiting around.
maybe.
Okay, so apparently Yish is lagging and so on for New Haven. They have to use the bathroom. And saying that, actually, me too, a little bit. But hey, we can get this game done. So, Yifeng, just... I know you don't coach Strategy Zoo Academy right now, but are you concerned at all for their odds in this game? You don't sound very concerned, just to say the very least. Granted, you are a guest caster. Bias is okay.
I mean, they're up one map. Doesn't matter if they drop this one. We love ourselves at game 3, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, though, not too happy with their performance if they want to carry on the straight out of the zoo, you know, team name. But maybe they can bring it back, you know, that 2-10 comeback. That was definitely a straight out of the zoo moment, I have to say.
Oh yeah. When was the last time you guys actually came back from such a disparity in score?
The amount of times, so we've actually come back from 3-9s multiple times, you know, against Bliss and Wildcard in our last stage of playoffs. They kind of mad tilted after getting ecoed about 8 rounds over the best of 3. If you think about it, right, getting ecoed 8 times is almost like the entire map. Imagine like it's like how potentially a 4-8 half, right? So just imagine in one half the enemy team was just playing eco the entire round, get half, and you still got 4-8 forward or something. You know, it makes sense why they do tilt. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's just your secret weapon. If you can't, you know, match them in terms of strategy or whatever, just tilt them. Problem solved.
I'm just really hoping that Alamov, you know, finally uses that Viper split because he has been holding it on for this entire half. 0 uses actually.
You know, it's funny as well, map 1 for Haven, we had Mata on the Sage. He didn't use the Sage Resurrection at all first half. It was like he was saving it for the second. So this could be a potential same situation for Elimov.
I'm not too sure who's actually ulted on the side of Straight Out Zoo Academy. I know Gloom and Mata have. I'm not too sure about the other 3. But at the same time, that's because the Omen ulted something exactly like very, very notable. So anyway, Alamoft is holding out that Viper's Pit for this round. Maybe he'll finally use it, and who knows, maybe it'll win them a round. Because...
Oh, well, there you called it. He pops it instantly. But Operator, oh, the timing with the recon arrow as well. He's chasing him up, but he runs into 2 players. Somehow survives. That's amazing. Uses all his util, though. Hunter's Fury up from Sunboy. Or tags up Mata. Gets the kill even! That's huge. The man advantage early on. Damage is done as well. Oh, Gloom misses a shot. Motion's way too sharp. At one at a time, we're seeing the players of New Haven swarm onto the site. Yish gets caught off guard. A little bit confused as well. And this is a huge play, I understand. A lot of higher tier race players, they like to do it. Go backwards into U-hole and get that sort of pseudo flank. Oh my god. As I say that though.
Crispy shot coming in from Taco.
That's huge.
I must say, though, pretty unfortunate for Alamov. You know, the one round he uses his ultimate, they don't go to his site.
Yep. It's the second. It's our last round now. Elamov has to go huge. Gets one. Initially knows where Sunboy. It's a good idea. That's a big dig. Things are doable. But from the flank, potentially a knife to come through from Tix. But no, remember, this is an official, and you need as big of a scoreline disparity as you can get. Elamov has no idea. Tix is right behind him. He should. There's no way in hell wins this round. Tix finally strikes, and look, Ifang, 10-2 first half. Hey, it's what the hell's going on here?
Oh, I don't know, man, but at the same time, I'm sort of reading towards chat, and Tiku says, "Oh, I've been coaching Gloom with the orb. Watch this." But you know what we just watched is Gloom get his head demolished. So I don't know what kind of coaching Tiku's been giving him, but it doesn't seem to be the right kind. But anyway, another 10-2 half, or should I say 2-10 half, depending on what side you're for, and. Maybe, just maybe, Shadow of the Zoo Academy will, you know, bring out some more magic. I mean, if they can do it twice in a row, I don't know what to say.
If it happens twice in a row, map 3 is going to be absolute madness, and that means we're going to be here for the whole night. It won't be a map 3. Oh, that's true. Well, let's hope. New Haven, they need to win the second half now. They already have such a huge round advantage. Ronan, Raze, Util, ill with the 9 positioning. Operator as well playing inside that smoke. Gets the kill onto Elimov, and that's a huge strat we're seeing so many teams do. Send their Omen Smoke deep and the Recon Arrow through. It confirms kills throughout, and the attacking side can't really strike back unless you go aggro in pure numbers. So New Haven, they opened up good. That's your Viper Wall gone, but you still have smokes for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, and the cutting noise now falling back, and maybe still going back over to towards the B site.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you if what they did last time was, if they managed to bring this one back. I can't tell you if it's luck, or if they are like intentionally losing at the start, or are they just really, really bad on attack and goated on, I mean, bad on the defense and goated on the attack, but this doesn't quite seem to be good for them right now.
What is actually going on? They showed so much aggression over towards B. That was such a long firefight, and then they TP the hell out. They go over towards A now.
Oh, they're running through K's and going back to B because
it's 30
Taco
seconds.
has actually got a good lurk position here. Operator, though, with even better position. Oh, does get spotted by the camera, so they know there's one in the
long. The rotations are back regardless. They can still rotate back over. Taco! Oh my god, Taco, that's huge! Lines them up, motion, the run god. Taco dinks Operator even.
Operator as
what the hell? Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, what is this pistol round? They're bringing it back, and then, you know, Operator's out towards long. What are you doing? Looks away. Finally, just strikes. Now, Sunboy works on the side. 10 seconds left. They have to plant the spike now. Marta has to go for the commitment. Yish looks the wrong way. Marta goes to a peek, and Sunboy, 2 easy taps, confirms a kill.
I'm so confused.
That put an end to the dreams and hopes of Straight Out of the Zoo Academy. What the hell, Yifeng?
Yes, Taco had a really good lurk there onto the side. That's how he got the 2 openers. And he mentioned Dink Operator, actually. But I don't understand like how Operator just managed to get 2 more. Well, including Taco. Taco just turned his back to him, expecting his teammates, you know, to do the cleaning up for him. But instead, it was his teammates that got cleaned up and him.
Yeah, so they had.
They cleared out Operator there.
I think for a moment there, you know, Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, they could honestly win that round off of pure shenanigans. But then you haven't, you know, they stand their ground and say, hey, look, no, that's too much. But this time, though, New Haven going so aggro over towards the A side. It's a full rush. Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, they have 3 players holding it down, though, and I do think they forced up as well. Operator starts off onto Gloom. And Operator still spraying through. The paint shells may secure a kill. That's a huge flank already. Alimov has to fall back, and he's just causing problems. The Stinger not doing a lot of damage, though, I won't lie. But look, now he's probably not long for this world. The wall bangs to come through. Potentially, they should have heard the reload. How's this guy still alive? Oh my god.
Stuck. Yeah, kind of stuck. Does get checked. Oh, motion!
Yeah, one at a time. They're falling. Straight out of Zoo Academy. The force fight, maybe not the best choice in the world. As you can see now, it's match point for New Haven. But granted, since it's match point, they sort of had to force. But this, I think, is the nail in the coffin, Yifeng. We should be seeing map 3 coming on real soon.
Yeah, I don't know what this performance is. I can't really tell you if it's they're not practicing the map or what happened, because 2-3 in first half last map, you know, but on their attack they did bring it back and it was actually really clean. But right now I don't know what this is. You know, this is how it, like, some of these rounds feel really close, but they just can't seem to secure any of them.
Yeah, I think that's just the difference of Haven and Bind, perhaps. And New Haven, they sort of were aggressive over towards A just then. Showed a little bit of their teeth. It's the bonus play, for sure. But throughout the Zoo Academy, another force-up. You have Spectres mostly. And they may yet, honestly, match the firepower of New Haven in this round.
Yeah, New Haven, you know, struggling on map Haven, but I guess this is where they take it home for once. So not actually on Haven, but on Bind. Really slow play.
Masa sends out that bird. I'm not sure if he actually caught anything. Maybe Ronin, he fired off a few shots. I heard bullets there. Throughout the Zoo, though. Oh my god, this guy's such an animal at that angle with whatever gun he plays. What a peak. Motion, he does have support with ticks to sort of lock down the B sides. Overall, though, it looks like they are going to play this defensively and hold elbow at the very least before they wait for a rotation to come through and go for the retake. Util is expended. Motion with the paranoia. It's a pretty good tech initially to get up high. And Motion, he's just holding for the time being. So, the Zoo Academy, they should be able to plant the spike. The double swing. Gloom gets one, takes on the trade back. They know where he is. He's just there to cover the spike planter. Meanwhile, I do think New Haven, they are getting a little bit angsty. Rotations are here. 4v3. They have the man advantage. I know one Vandal was in the hands of an Operator at least, but Masa, this could be a huge sprays out the crossfire potentially. Gets one, and the dive through. Masa chimes in to getting the kills, but Yish finally gets taken down, and Tix by himself can't get the job done. Alimov secures the round for Australia Zoo Academy with a double. Beautiful. Oh dear me, don't tell me they're going to go all the way.
That was a beautiful post plan, I must say. You know, the swing out onto Yish, getting it, and then Mata swinging off Yish, and then Alimov swinging off Mata. You know, they try to waterfall out. Yeah, they try to, like, you know, storm their way through CT halls, whatever you want to call it. But you know, the 1-by-1 swings playing off each other, that was really good. Where was this before?
Pardon? Where was it before? No idea. Only now they're actually they're able to play better. On
instant aggression coming out from New Haven.
Oh, but Operator gets caught by the trap, and Ronin though is meant to get it done. Goes huge here, gets yet another kill. There's only 2 players left to straight out of the Zoo Academy. They have rifles. They have to get the kills right now. Some boy, perhaps a shock dart may finish off. What the hell, Taco? That bounce was insane. You can't deny. Now, Matza, you have 24 HP. You maybe can heal Taco up to full health and give him a slightly better advantage in the 2v3. But overall, look at Tix. This is aggressive positioning. He's out of Albino, but that bird may change things up. It blinds one. It doesn't matter. Taco gets a kill on Tix regardless. Motion of the TP takes down Mata. The spike, it's all on to Taco now.
Knows the emotion is, doesn't quite know where Subway is.
Oh, if New Haven push this, I swear to God. They have a recon arrow, I believe, to use soon. There's no way.
There's no reason for Taco to really, you know, be holding this so slowly. But I must say, good patience though. He's waiting for New Haven to make a mistake, make a move. You know, Subway has got to hold the long angle. Taco trying to swing out the smoke. This is it.
Oh my God!
Didn't actually spot. Oh, I think he might actually know that Subway is there. No, he doesn't. This isn't the exact spot you want to be planning for. He has the ultimate. He has where Subway is. Baits him out. Baits the footsteps, and now he's teleporting over to A.
Someboy,
this is actually great plays coming from Taco.
Someboy, he does have the advantage somewhat. He has health, he has a shock dart, and he has a recon arrow. But now, if Taco can actually go for the long rotation, maybe he can catch Someboy off, but the spike gets not planted for him. At that position, it's basically guaranteed that Someboy, he should know that it's over towards Baths, I would imagine, but you are Omen, you can go playing over towards Heaven, so Someboy, he has to use Recon Arrow at the right position. That smoke, I do think it may have given him away though, but Someboy...
Yeah, no, I think that smoke is the bait. That bait, he's baiting Somboy to think that he's in Heaven because he's smoking himself off at Shower because he knows that Somboy's on the flank, so he thinks Somboy's on the flank. That's why Somboy has gone to clear Heaven, but there's not a lot of time left.
The spike!
He has to stick this.
Oh no, the wallbang penetration! Somebody's blind! Oh, someone gets it regardless, but the spike gets ticked away too far. You're right!
Oh, huge coming in from Taco. Very smart.
Oh my god.
That's actually a very smart play coming in.
Oh, Yifeng, what the hell? What is wrong straight out of the X teams?
You know, with that round, Ronan just extremely lucky. You know, he ran through the jet smoke and caught 2 players with their pants down. You know, Alamov started reloading and Yish just swung the corner, you know, after lurking towards Shower. He's just coming, he's like, oh, they're rushing short, so he's coming over to support with his knife out and he just runs right into Ronan. That's how he manages to pick up the first 2, and it's just unlucky for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy.
Look at the buy right now. The Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, they have 4 rifles to work with, and New Haven on a really bad buy. They have judges, upgraded pistols. They can make things work right now, but things are really going their way. Look, the smokes are gone. Gloom opens up, and Tix, the only player saw it anchored down to the B site. That bird, he does dodge it. I don't think they have intel he's there at all. But Marta, yet another bird, flies it through, and doesn't matter. Tix can't land the headshot. Elamov gets the kill. Looking for your flaws around potentially, although Operator with the judge gets one onto Taco. No smokes just yet. He can't pick up a rifle for himself to play with, but they have guaranteed intel. There's at least one player over towards Hookah. I mean, it's match point. Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, they should be looking to lose this, and yet she's stuck in a way. The only player on site and takes the bait. Somboy executes him. 3-on-3 now. There is an ultimate for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy. The showstopper, there you go. The attack potentially. The spray down the lineup, damage is done. And the execution, Gloom. That's a bit overkill, but it's done regardless. Somboy, 1-on-1 again. This time it's versus Alimov. 5 seconds left. Where do you check Alimov? You have Snake.
It's not exactly planted for him. It's not planted for him. He has to jump out of the...
Oh, God.
Hookah manages to get someone. I don't know what the Straight Out of the Zoo Academy are doing, you know. Leaving Yish alone on the point like that. That's not what you want to be doing in this kind of post-spawn. You know, you have 3 players playing long, just meaning that the one player on site is just good as dead. Either he gets the ace or he just dies, you know? Kind of forced into a position that he doesn't want to be.
Get one and get traded out, but hey, yeah.
Yeah, ideally you want to maybe have, you know, 2 players on site at least holding a cross with each other. That can delay a lot more time than just leaving one guy and having 3 play, you know, long post plant. Having that crossfire on point, you know, potentially getting the 2 kills and they can stay on site for even longer. You need that kind of pressure when you have that many people alive still during the post. A nice early recombo spots out a few people down short. Doesn't quite know how many.
It didn't actually get anything because it got popped instantly. So that was at least 1 shot fired, but no rotations yet from Straight Out of the Zoo Academy. I mean, New Haven. The call is right.
Coming in from Gloom. Doesn't quite get him over truck.
Ronan has to try to hold this angle down. New Haven, the rotations are through.
Gloom has gone clear towards Shower, gets taken down by motion though. Spike is being planted by Taco, is planted successfully. Ronan though, in Shower, angle gets one. Somebody finds Yish with shock darts as well. 2v4 post plant. Mata though, multiple flashes still, 1 flash still available actually.
Well, look, Taco gets exposed. He has to go huge here, but it's a buddy system. Well, it doesn't happen. Finally, New Haven, they confirm it. It was getting a little bit rocky there, but 13-5, not bad. They take map 2. So yeah, Yifeng looks like we will see map 3 after all. And Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, they can't afford to, you know, play their chances with luck, really, starting things off.
Yeah, and I do feel like, you know, Taco going 17-5, man was actually quite onto it, but there's so many rounds, right? So many rounds in this game that, you know, ended up being the 1v1, the 2v2s. It was like the scoreline doesn't quite reflect that it was close, but in reality, it was a very close game. And it kind of reminds me of my own personal game against Mind Freak during, you know, close qualifiers, because when we played them on Bind, we were actually down heaps in the first half as well. I think we were down 3 and 9. On our attack, you know, we also ended up in the situation where they diffused on us like 6 times, 7 times after they just repeatedly win those 1v1s at the end. And Straight Out of the Zoo Academy doing the same thing. They're just, you know, these rounds are really, really close. They're just choking at the end, and it really does reflect in their post plants, I must say. You know, you can see how they sort of baited Yish in that one round. I mean, it worked out in their favor, but that was way closer than it should have been.
Yeah.
The round where they managed to put one hookah and then the two on site, playing off each other, that 3v4, my god, it was so flawless. And that's the kind of players they really need. It's the same thing on their defense, on their retakes as well. They don't have a Sova to give them that dart to go off. They have to use the Sky Util, the other stuff. But we've seen so many rounds where Gloom just, satchels himself in and dies, and they're just losing their numbers as they try to go for this retake without their whole team. And that's really like what's making them choke these last 2v2s, 1v1s and stuff, because they don't have the util, they don't have the positioning, the abilities, the health bars even. They just don't have it in them to go for these retakes, despite having so much, so many characters that can assist in that. And I feel like another last factor of it was potentially like, Alamoth holding that ultimate for the Viper split for the entire first half, when, using it could have just won you with that one round, started the momentum, especially, on those crucial rounds where both teams' econ are sort of like on zero after buys. Both teams have rifles picked up, but they're both sort of on $0 after that buy, and therefore that's the crucial round. You have to be winning those. Otherwise, you end up dropping potentially, like, you lose that round and potentially the next two because you're eco, and then the enemy team has really good econ built up after that and ultimates from getting kills. So those are the rounds you need to be winning. Those are the rounds you really need to be committing everything you have into winning, because that's what guarantees you more rounds. It's like, when you win the pistol, you buy up because you want to guarantee yourselves a few more rounds. It's the same logic, Despite being a 50-50, both teams have weapons. Those are rounds you must win, so it's worth the commitment. And Straight Outta the Zoo Academy just not really committing to the rounds they need to commit. Sometimes their retakes are just, this guy's going in, the other guy is like, sort of holding back. They're just not going in together well enough.
Well, that's a really extensive and long summary, but you absolutely explained exactly what Straight Outta the Zoo Academy they were doing right and wrong on that map. And you have those standard tactical plays, and they do secure a really convincing scoreline. So guys, that's currently 1-1 for both teams. This is a best of 3 series. It will have to be settled on split. So map 3 coming your way soon. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away just yet. This is the Valorant Oceania Tour 2021 Open Qualifiers 2, Part 2, Straight Outta the Zoo versus New Haven. See you in 5 minutes.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valorant Oceania Tour 2021 Open Qualifiers 2, Stage 2. Finally, Yifang has come the distance, straight out of the zoo versus New Haven, Map 3 split. Map 1 and Map 2, well, Map 1 was an absolute adventure. Map 2, that was pretty one-sided, but Map 3 now, God, I don't know what to really think of it, I'll be honest. Split.
Yes, so the coach for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, Kalashnikov, did say actually, now it's taking a split. He's got something special prepared.
Oh, okay.
If I can find the exact message, he did type it in chat. Just whatever, doesn't really matter. But anyway, apparently they have something special coming up, so hopefully that means we'll see some interesting strats or plays coming through.
I hope so. It could be a quad dual setup or something, and your camera's frozen. But okay, fair enough.
However, for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, they are actually starting on attackers this time, and this is not the map you want to start attackers on. So
no.
Last map I should say, New Haven as well. Really good plays. I know the New Haven post plant was just so much stronger than the Straight Out of the Zoo Academy. The baits, the fakes, the playing off of each other sort of thing. How many rounds on A side did Subway bait from showers in a 2v2 scenario where his teammate just ends up getting both the kills because he's putting on such a good bait, And it just wins those crucial plays, wins them those rounds. And this map, not the best sort of operator map. I'm not talking about the player, I am talking about the weapon. So can be interesting to see how the attacking team Australia do this time, because they seem to be a bit better at attack than they are at defending, which could potentially be, or I should say on this map, you want to be good at defense so you can maximize your rounds that you get on the defense. But at the same time, if you are better on the attack, that sort of changes things around because teams prefer to play for the defense. So they can get a bit of momentum building in this first half since they are starting attack. I can see them doing a lot better. Needless to say, will we see more Viper coming up from Alamoth? I'm not too sure what they'll run. I'm pretty confident though that Gloom is probably going to pick up the Raze again. Good Raze map. I'd expect a Cypher coming in from Yish and maybe a Sage from Mata if he tries to go for that again. Although, personally, I do just want to get this man onto the Duelist, onto that Jet, and off anything else because he can't play these characters.
Well,
but otherwise, I don't know too much about what New Haven have, but I do expect them to be a bit of a stronger team at this point in time. Nonetheless, they did, it's not to say Australia Zoo Academy don't have a chance in this. It's like me also saying how teams like Mindfreak, Bliss, Wildcard, they're definitely better than us at Straight Out of the Zoo, but that doesn't mean we will just guaranteed lose to them, And needless to say, I'm rooting for the Academy boys. See how they go for this one.
Well, you can root for them, and I will root for the other side as I should. We can't be biased over towards one team, although I have to admit, it's really entertaining to watch the absolute shenanigans after map 1 at the very least. Okay, now, looking at the agent picks on Split. Starting off the attack, as you mentioned earlier, it is Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, and on defense, it would be New Haven. I'm not too sure what special things Kalashnikov has prepped his boys with. Okay, okay, that's really special. I won't lie.
For Yorus, the purpley character picks. Never mind, they are going to insta switch and insta lock. Taco on the Omen, no surprise there. He is an Omen main in solo queue and in the team play. Gloom on the Raze, just like I predicted. Mata on the Sage as well. Here we have it. Yish hovering. Oh, no, Yish goes the Jet this time. Okay. Alamoth has picked up the Killjoy. Meanwhile, on the other side, interesting comp coming in from New Haven, actually, considering they are starting on the defense. They picked that double duelist with a breach and, no Sage sort of style. That's usually the aggressive attack type team comp you would play, but this is quite interesting. I have to say.
I would say though, it really comes down to how well they play the breach on defense, especially with Sunboy there. They already have breach and they have Jet, so it could be a potential huge flash and dash sort of combo. They have 2 dive agents, and Ray's probably the more quintessential agent pick on Split at the very least. I think Jet, she's somewhat optional on Split. You can probably make do with a different agent.
If I have to say, Jet is not actually the ideal duelist to pick on Split. You would rather a Phoenix and Reyna. Raze is really good because of these angles. So many tight angles and corners for the Raze nades to clear. But That's the same logic as to why Reyna and Phoenix are good. You need those flashbangs, you know, clearing out places like Heaven when you're busting, because this is a very hard to attack map, especially without flashes. Phoenix can hold the angle on you. But nonetheless, they are doing a bit of a breach jet setup over towards the A site.
Yep, 4 players already grouping up over towards B, and Tix, the lone player, good luck. Straight the Zoo Academy looking to go for a default really play. Sage wall up and dash on from Yish. Let's see what happens.
Quite fast over here, you know. Sage walled out, but both duelists already down for the side of Straight the Zoo Academy. Taco chased back with his own kill. It is a 3v4 situation. Spike is being planted. Taco though finds another one. Alamoth on the flank finds himself one as well. Tix as well taken by Alamoth on the flank. Now it's duel between Alamoth and Operator, and a 3v4 has turned into a 3v1 in favor of Straight Out the Zoo Academy.
Okay, Operator, he dashes on, but looking at 1v3, I don't really rate his odds. He has half armor, he has a ghost in his hands. It's doable, but he really has to go huge, dodging a lot of from Alamoth now. Alamoth is running out of ammo, and Operator as well. We're whiffing a few shots, but now time is running thin. He has to confirm the kill. It's a crossfire setup, gets yet another onto Taco. It's doable.
He might just be able to do this. He has an idea. Doesn't actually get the first half.
Oh dear.
Martha's stuck in the smoke. He knows where he is. Gets out, but Operator takes Martha down. And he has time to defuse as well. That is not what you want to be doing if you're Straight Out Zoo Academy.
Oh, that's brutal.
An Operator, the 1v3 clutch.
My
What
God.
is that?
Look, Yifeng, I hate to say it, but I think in that round, at the very least, Marta, he sort of choked that one-on-one. He had every advantage in the situation. He was in the smoke, and Operator, he could hear, I'm pretty sure he could hear the footsteps when he got off the defuse as he ran around over towards Pillar for the peak towards Long. And he still went for the peak, missed the shots with the classic at that distance with the right click as well. And this time, they're going to have to looking to force back into it versus New Haven. So roughly the buys are equal. It's the armor difference. But on the attack, though, Straight Out the Zoo Academy, what can they really pull off?
Yeah, not quite sure about that round, actually. You know, once again, we talk about the post-plant coming in from Straight Out the Zoo Academy.
Wow.
That was terrible post-plant. But Motion, what are you finding an opening onto Gloom? I feel like for that round, Marta and Taco could have just held a crossfire for that backside instead of giving him 3 1v1s. Alamoth kind of stuck there, not his fault, but bit of a shift walk coming in towards this A site.
Oh, some boy.
Smoke comes through, spray coming in from Somboy, tags.
Ooh.
Doesn't, oh, not too sure. I think it tagged Taco a little bit, maybe once on the leg, Yish as well. Alamoth finds Ronan on the other side, Motion trades onto him. And these three have managed to actually shift walk their way into Heavens. They don't quite know that. They know that Somboy is over on the side, but they don't quite know that Operator is right here. Motion about to encounter all of them. Gets one, gets two, gets traded by Masa. Nicely ace. Mata getting another one.
Yeah, Masa, he tried to really bring things back, you know, spraying around, but then the dash up jump from, I think, Motion only did damage to him, and a Sage can only heal so much. Down in a 1v3. Not much he could really do. I like the idea, though, from Straight Out the Zoo initially. They were being really patient, walking up over towards Heaven, but then afterwards from there, what was the plan, really? Did they just waterfall down from window? They go from screens? What was the real idea? Because as you wait longer and longer, you were seeing New Haven start to make plays and start to get kills, rotate across the map, trying to figure out where exactly the players of Straight Out the Zoo Academy were going.
I do think they were trying to, you know, go back towards B-side through CT Spawn. Quite work out in their favor. Instant flash dash coming in from Operator, and Somboy catches Alamoth, who is holding the flank. Rest of this group towards mid. A push has also come through by Ronan towards this mid. He pushed from B main, and he's about to get the flank on all 4 members. Only has a sheriff though, but that's more than enough. When Motion finds 3 through the smoke, and these judges.
Man, they are handing down death sentences fully because Straight Out the Zoo Academy, you've lost 3 rounds in a row now. Map 3. This is as much as I hate to say, you know, deja vu compared to the first 2 maps. And now they will be able to full buy, and New Haven, of course. Why would you even need to upgrade your pistols? You already have 2 judges. You can afford to play these sneaky angles on split. 1 Vandal in hands of Ronan, who probably prefers a better, more accurate gun. And overall, New Haven, coming into this map, relatively strong. The previous round there, it was just really brutal coming up from Straight Out the Zoo Academy. No flashes really to work with, and that may be the crux to their attack.
Another instant flash dash play coming in from Operator, and Somboy leaves Operator in the dust. Actually, Gloom finds the headshot. However, members are grouped towards A site for Australia Zoo Academy. Meanwhile, on New Haven, they have switched their defenses up. Breach and Jet are now playing on the B side, while the Cypher has set up on A. And it looks like Australia Zoo Academy has called, don't commit to that push. They realize that the switch has come through. They know that the Cypher is over towards A side, and they are leaning back towards that mid control. Nice smoke, sort of bait out motion.
Wow.
Another clean taps onto Gloom.
That is a bloody shot.
White doesn't get spotted. Actually manages to make it back. It's a 4v4. Alamov though with a great lurk over towards this ropes, catches out motion, doesn't make the shots, misses the shots, gets 2 bodies and 2 leg shots, leaves him on 2 health. And Alamov, that is you can't be missing those.
Yeah, but Sunboy, he used his flash initially, and that was a great smoke by Yish to deny the blind, but 2v4, Mata gets 1, he has a resurrection available, indeed, will bring 1 back into the fray, but I do think Motion, he's sitting up high, just tapping away, Mata's gone, yes, Yish is back into the fray, but still down a player, all down to Yish now, not much that they could really do, can't get the spike down, they managed to take sight, and the kills just weren't flowing their way. Wow, Australia Zoo Academy, they get taken down, as you mentioned earlier, Elimoff, he was probably in a really advantageous situation over towards ropes. Granted, I wasn't watching it though. But New Haven, they had everything going their way. And now even the operator for the operator, 10 kills on motion, 4 rounds in. And another eco coming from Australia Zoo Academy, Yifeng. They need to get something started anytime soon.
They are really just choking these super winnable rounds. They should be winning this. They got those opening picks. They had the read. Alamov with the lurk as well. Actually, Motion was shifting down ropes with his knife out, and Alamov sprayed half a clip at him and only didn't manage to get the kill. Gave Motion time to literally come down the rope, whip out the judge, and still pump him 3 times to kill him. Because Motion didn't make the first pump hit as well, and that is not that can't be happening. There's no plays to talk about when they are missing shots like that. But Ronin though just getting full Ferrari'd by Gloom, and Gloom with the body shots with the Sheriff does get the kill. However, Operator though earlier took a shot with the AWP, so they do know that the Operator is over here on Operator, and it looks like the rotates have come through. They are going to leave this A side and go towards mid, but Taco though on a bit of a lurk has decent positioning. Motion his way through the ropes. It's about to encounter Operator. The Operator has it right there and a nice quick return flick. Motion finds his own kill at mid and takes finding another 2 with the spray down. It's all up to Alamov alone at the main position. They committed the Killjoy as well on this eco round, and 5-0. There's not a lot for them to work with.
Yeah, I think the Killjoy ultimate will be locked at the very end there. That was the most questionable thing, I'll be honest, because why? You've lost all your players, you have inferior guns, maybe just, aggressive to a site as a whole team, get the spike down, maybe do some damage, get a few kills, that probably would have been okay for an eco buy, but now overcommitting that much, and even the ultimate, that's going to be costing you later on in the game. Once again, New Haven, they aren't struggling at all, finally a buy up from Australia Zoo Academy, hopefully this round is different. Oh,
but early ult coming in from Gloom straight over onto Ronin. Bit of a switch up coming here from New Haven actually. They're now playing the Breach with the Raze and instead of the Jit. And nice flash. Oh, nice flash. Almost gets a few men. But actually no, the flash doesn't quite connect because Yish was high up in his own smoke at that high position. Has made his way over into ropes. Didn't manage to find one somewhere. They're still anchoring the site down. Is behind Blue, is taken down by Taco. Operator trades back onto Gloom. It's a 3v2. Alamov has a nice look over here towards Heaven. However, Spike isn't exactly planted for him. And it looks like both members of New Haven are going through this screen's position. Operator finding both the players on site. It's all up to Alamov, but he doesn't have the Spike planted for him. Doesn't quite get the mollies right as well. Does manage to pick up Operator, however, is forced into a bit of a roughie here.
Oh
and
no!
Motion just flicking the fuse!
He runs in the crosshairs of Elmoff. He does get taken down, but that's not the thing. It doesn't matter because New Haven, they can invest back into this really easily. There is so much money to work the motion. Look at that. And he died the previous round. He was already sitting on 9k, so he's fine really. And New Haven, they're just not missing anything at all. Even though they were down a player early on, Gloom invested the showstopper to get 1 kill, and then they aggress onto the site. I think it really was down to that post-plant position. Elimoff, the Killjoy Nanoswarms missing their target twice, and he had no idea where the spike really was planted. I don't think I really saw any pings come through, and this time it will be Ronan with his own ultimate. Oh, that's brutal. Elimoft gets taken out from above.
Once again, Elimoft on this flank watch just getting sent on by multiple members of New Haven. There's breach flashes and the ray satchels and the jet dashes, and there's not a lot he can do there except hold even further back. But meanwhile, on this other side, Yish though has picked up an operator, so there's 2 operators in play here, one on each side. All 4 members of Australian Zoo Academy group towards the B site, and we can see the stack also coming in for New Haven because they got that early pick. They have the read. They know Elimoff was on the flank watch. They've just left 1 person over on that A ramp and 4 over here towards the B side. Actually, Straight Out of Zoo Academy could be running right into their own death trap.
Yeah, operator, he's looking down the angle. Does spot at 1, misses the second shot though. Australian Zoo Academy, they've actually made it into rope, so it really is all down to Ronan to hold this angle down. And this could be a huge funnel.
Ronan takes down the first one. Taco goes, tries straight out, doesn't quite get it. Ronan gets a third. And this could be the ace potentially for him. Yes, no takedown by motion admitted. Martha's just stuck in ropes all alone. What can he do?
Oh man, poor guy. He's getting grouped up on, you know. Yeah, 2 people coming up the ropes really soon. And you already had, who was the other player, the Omen, I think, shooting him from ropes. There was no way that he got out of that situation alive. And as a result, 7-0 starting off on split. New Haven dominating the defensive half, and at this rate, straight out of the Zoo Academy, they, I don't know, I think they're falling apart. Another eco, and this time the buy. I think they're having a bit of a rift in the team discussions right now.
Probably. It looks like the plays coming from the side of Straight Out Zoo really undisciplined. You know, everyone's playing mindlessly like sheep. There's just 1 player goes B main, and next thing you know, or 4 players are grouped towards B main. They've lost the map control and things like that. It's really up to the team. They need to be listening to the IGL, or if they have an IGL that's not IGL, and the IGL really does need to step his job up as well. Because it doesn't, they're just being completely out-rotated, read like a book at this point. There's not a lot of competition really. Nice breach flash coming in from Subway as well. Gloom though trades over a kill. Operator peaks, finds 1. Manta though with the Guardian taps Operator on the head.
I know how much you love to see that, the Guardian usage in an official game. Fake TP though, and I don't think Motion may have seen them rotate out. They're cutting noise, and okay, I'm not too sure why he really faked TP that. He could have had early side control, got rid of some Cypher util. As a result, they will do it manually on foot.
I'm kind of confused about this play here because they fake the TP, but then they still drop Spike. I don't understand what they're doing, but I mean, maybe that's the plan, because not even New Haven understands what's happening. You know, they heard the TP, then they hear the spike drop, and they don't know what's going on. But Taco with the lurk through mid finds motion, and Spike is now being planted. Texto finds the Yish. 3v2, still winnable. Cypher ultimate used by Tix. Subway knows that there's one here at mid. However, Taco has decided to run back towards that B main position. 3v2 retake for New Haven. First flash towards the backside. Elimoff does actually manage to turn from it. Is also going to get stunned. Nice baiting util coming in from Mata.
I don't think the team comms was quite there yet, because Subway's teammate got shot at from backside, and he was still looking over towards B main there after his Rolling Thunder ultimate. Or maybe it's just the noise pollution. As a result, I think it was Master sitting backside. Picks up 2 really easy kills, and he managed to catch out Somboy just sticking with defuse.
Elimoff was the one sitting backside. There was a great bait coming in from Mata though with the Sage utility. You know, just as they flashed Elimoff and they stunned him, they're just about to swing on him when Mata drops the slow and starts taking shots, drawing their attention. You know, both members turn towards that B main position and manages to save Elimoff and allow him to get that last kill, which means they finally pick up their first round. You know, still 4 rounds left in the half. If they do manage to actually bring this to a 7-5, it's very much winnable. So there's 7-1, but this is still so winnable if they manage to get the next 4.
Yeah, well, you say winnable, but New Haven, I don't think they're really letting anything get past them right now. But although Gloom is walking potentially to his death, that Boombot just does so much for him, but can't land the shots. Motion juking around, dodging the bullets, and lands one of his own into Gloom's head. The defense, once again, has been switched up. You have a Cypher over towards A, along with Ronan on the ever so sharp raise. And straight out of the Zoo Academy, you know, it does seem they are going to be going for the A aggression. And Ronan, he's really going to try to do his best to get a few initial early frags, because they are down a player on paper over towards A. But straight out of the Zoo Academy, they are going back towards B.
Made his way onto this B site. Is about to encounter Operator. Operator has no clue that he's already this close.
Oh, dear.
But Elamov doesn't quite make the shots connected. His position's been exposed. Instantaneous sprinting rotates have decided to come through. Operator though with the burst fire knives doesn't quite make them all connect onto Elamov. Takes him down a little bit. Operator alone on the site. Yish trades back with knives, doesn't make them connected. Gets taken down. Elamov finding Operator though and is traded out. It's all up to Taco in a 1v3.
Yep, wasn't long for that world, and honestly, I was a little bit confused there why he had motion. He had a judge in his hands, but still opted to use the classic. Granted, it worked out fantastically for him, and now I think he actually managed to land all 6 of the right-click shots onto the body of Yush, even though at that distance. But the judge may have been a little bit better to try to hold down the angle or do more damage. Not that it really mattered, because New Haven, they still picked up the rounds. Straight out of the Zoo Academy, you're still down by 7. You have an okay buy now. Maybe the lost bonuses are stacking up. But New Haven, not struggling at all. They're retaking every single site. They're winning all these rounds. And this is only the first half, the defensive half.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's the story with this right now, but it looks like Strazo Academy finally decided to go try something fast, and Yish dashes and updrafts right into a crossfire, is taken down, and more kills are also being taken down. You know, the Killjoy ult was placed down, but the whole team's already in before it even activates, and
a little bit impatient, one can assume. Now, Taco is trying to get a spray down while Elamov is basically stuck in the corner. One player is detained. He has to go huge here. The aftershock won't help him at all. It's all down to lone last player. Taco opens up, but then, oh, New Haven. They're just playing these trades and the buddy system gameplay to perfection right now.
yeah, no, it's Strazo Academy looking very, very lost and uncoordinated at this point, because, like, you know, Killjoy ult just got placed down. The whole team's already sending it in. They don't even give it time to activate and count down and clear out the site. Those rounds when, like, Elamov just then onto the B site lurk, and the rest of the team is still so slow on the rotates. Elamov is, and it's just a big mess right now. Straight out of the Zoo, big mess.
And, you know, their economy, it's really bad right now. Again, another sort of eco buy, and that's a really aggressive play by Ronan, and we'll get a lot of intel. There's no one over towards Ace, therefore his teammates can rotate over towards mid or B. We should be seeing a take potentially come through from surround the Zoo Academy over towards the B site. I think this is the first B heaven attempt we've seen all day.
Gloom tries to go for his satchels, and then Yes tries immediately after, and they're just feeding right into Tix. Operator from ropes as well manages to get his own one, and these aren't the trades you are looking for. These aren't the plays for straight out of the Zoo. And Alamov's position has also been revealed in a 1v3. Has only a Spectre.
Another jump. Okay, so they know where he is guaranteed. And honestly, some boy, they may be going aggro, but I like how New Haven's playing this. They had the man advantage, but they're playing oh so carefully. They don't want to lose any guns. They don't want to drop anything against the Zoo Academy. That's how serious they are at this. Boom.
An Operator just with the judge pumps Elamov on the head.
Wow, look at this. They have so much money right now. He doesn't even want to pick up a rifle. He just might as well hold on to the judge. It doesn't matter. Last round of the first half. New Haven, you're up by 9 rounds right out of the Zoo Academy. 3 ultimates? You do have the From the Shadows TP, but really keep your eyes on Marta's Resurrection as well as Gloom's Showstopper. That may be the game changer, but their economy, not so much. You have 2 judges, you have 2 guardians, half armor, and an upgraded pistol on Taco. And Mata, quote me if I'm wrong, I don't think we've seen the Sage Resurrection all game as well.
That is all correct. We have not seen those, but these guardians are going off already.
Oh my god.
Yes, though. Oh, no, Operator was the one that actually used his knives and managed. Actually gets traded out by Yish. Gloom as well finds a motion. Concussive Blast forces Yish to dash out of the corner, but a nice 2 opening picks for the side of Strazo Academy, and this could potentially be another 2-10 first half we're seeing.
Oh my god, what the hell is wrong with the script? Why is this happening? No one of New Haven, they're over towards the B site, and no intel really. Tix finally hears his trips get destroyed, and they'll be rotating over back. You do have 1 player on the lurk, and that's Gloom sitting over towards ropes, and the plant should be going down relatively easily. Marta has Resurrection, he doesn't even need it. Maybe can heal a few teammates, not that they really need it either. 5v3, but hey, we've seen New Haven clutch crazier rounds before.
Gloom good positioning, about to encounter Roan. Here, Roan doesn't quite check for him. Gloom finds himself another pick. 2v5 for New Haven. And this is exactly what Straight Out of the Zoo Academy have been looking for.
That cursed 10-2 scoreline. Just getting another. Now, some boy trying to make something happen out of it. And look, what you have it. No one saw this coming. A 10-2 First half, map 3 again. What the hell are you from?
I don't know who wrote this script. I don't know if. I guess it's just the straight out of the zoo thing, you know. These guys have a 2-10 curse, just like how straight out of the zoo, the actual team has sort of a, you know, if we win the first map, we lose the series. If we lose the first map, we win the series kind of a curse as well. There's always some form of a curse approached onto applied for these teams, really. For Academy team, it's that they must always go 2-10 in the first half. For us, it's that we have to lose map 1 if we want to win the series.
maybe there may be some genetic effects right now, but look, straight out of the zoo, they are on the straight out of the zoo academy, they're on the defense now, and New Haven looking to go really aggro over towards A.
I mean, if New Haven can get a 10-2 first half, no reason the Academy team cannot bring this back as well, considering they did that on Haven. And this is a very defender-sided map. We do see a double Senti on Sage and Killjoy for Academy team as well, so this could be the half they were looking for. However, Gloom, though, is a little bit faster. Mentioned that the headshot onto Ronin. 4v2.
The
Motion,
flash,
good positioning.
some Qtils invested while Motion actually managed to get behind the enemy lines, Gloom up towards mid, walked all the way.
Yeah, nice
Numbers are even 3 on
through.
3, but I do think it's still possible for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy to take this round. That's a great start.
Oh, nice burst fire coming in from Yesh as he dashes away. Alamov still anchoring this down on the site. Motion in some way being really careful of him. 2 seconds on the clock. Alamov peeks out, is actually smoked out. Sprays through the smoke.
No.
Counters Motion in the smoke and is actually taken down. 2v2. Both members on New Haven at low though. So Academy team, this could be what they were looking for, the Strazu Academy.
Yep, some point here's them.
The
The fault line. Oh, but Yish dodges it. Mata. Yeah, good luck, man. You have to go huge here. That's already a great start. 1-on-1. 1 HP. Somboy just saw the shoulder, had the advantage. The wall bang to finish things off. Yifeng 11-2 now. Straight out of the Zoo Academy. This is, ooh, this ain't it.
That's not what you were looking for in Strazu Academy. Once again, you know, they're choking those 1v1s. It's Mata Somboy, especially considering Somboy was one body shot with the ghost the entire time, actually, and Mata was full health. If anything, Mata and Yish were both full health, and Motion and Somboy were both low, and that you can't be losing those retakes.
It's just, I think they had the right idea going doubles over towards Elbow there. They probably weren't expecting Somboy to actually commit to using the fault line. As a result, things didn't really work out. Forced Yish to go aggressive by himself, and I think it's a force fight coming out from Australia Zoo Academy in this round. Mata point blank now with the judge. Hopefully it fares better for them in this time. While New Haven, they're just rushing right in. Bloom opens up huge, blindly spraying through the smoke.
However, Motion though has managed to Operator trades back with his own kill. Mata with the judge doesn't quite win against Operator's judge, and Gloom swinging tail tries to get the trade, but is taken down by Motion. It's all up to Alamov again, but this just ain't it.
Look, Operator, he's already poised to pick up this final kill, and Alamov probably going to walk into the trap. Yay! There you go. Style points. Had to dunk on the man. Match point now for New Haven, and this could be the nail in the coffin.
I have to say though, this is, I think at this point, straight out of the Zoo Academy are just getting skilled with mechanic. You know, they were losing their gunfights. It's not even about being out-rotated or outplayed or anything. They just can't win any of these gunfights that they should and need to be winning. You know, I don't know what happened on that Haven game, how they managed to, you know, do the things that they did, but this just ain't it. Ever since last map and this map, they are just losing out on these gunfights. It's not about team play.
You know the worst thing right now, actually, is that Yish, even though he's on the jet, he's not really putting up numbers, and Operator's running him blindly. Alamov was stunned. He goes down without any much resistance. This is a really bad start now to the match point, going for the way for
That was a nice little position at Ram, manages to catch out one. That's all he can do for now. Does bring it to a 4v4, but no weapons available for the side of the Academy team.
Ronin, he wants this farm. He's holding down the angle, spots at the shoulder of Mata. Makes a smart play, actually. Rotates out there, but oh no! The smoke clears the worst of times and just gets that kill. There's a Vandal up on the rafter. It's looking very juicy. Now, New Haven, they are down a player, but make no mistake. Straight out of the Zoo Academy, they're swarming on. Yish opens up the sight. And then no one's elbow. That's all down to Yish, the 1v2. And the spike, it's ticking away so much now. New Haven, all they have to do is play the spike. And I don't think it's done and dusted. This is a 13-2. Paralight connects some straight out of the Zoo Academy.
No time left for Yish, and he's eventually taken out by Tix in a 13-2 on split. Oh, this is rough for straight out of the Zoo Academy. But they lose the series, and New Haven take it home.
Yeah, New Haven, they take it home. That was relatively smooth as well. Just pure dominance in map 2 and 3. Hang on, I'm just gonna get a player to come from an interview, of course, from New Haven, as I do things usually. It's very customary. Looking at the scoreboard, honestly, there's really not much to say. 13-2, New Haven, they really just brought it home. Motion, top frag versus team operator as well, and Tix, just a solid block of 3 greens up there. But one thing I want to take away from this is that throughout the Zoo Academy, the players, or at least the roles that sort of had to step up, they weren't stepping up. It's just like, say, for Straight Out of the Zoo, when Nice Hacks or Punda, they're not getting the early frags, making space for your team as a duelist. Things don't tend to go your way.
Yeah, and I think for Straight Out of the Zoo Academy, they're really just losing out gunfights at this point that they shouldn't be losing. Bind, there were so many of those closer rounds where they just lost because the post plant wasn't as good, the retakes weren't as coordinated, things like that. But on this map, they're just losing gunfights. They're getting cheesed by these judges every 2 rounds, and the other rounds they just lose on the gunfight. There's really not a lot of room for them to make a comeback on. The pistol round was looking so good for them, but they just managed to throw both pistol rounds were actually looking in their favor at one point, but they just can't seem to close it out. And Mata were always the last one alive in those pistol rounds, losing the 1v1s, especially against heavy tagged opponents as well. Like when those things happen, there's really just not a lot you can do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And honestly, there's not a lot to say about that game. It's just quick, done and dusted. Now, we do have an interviewee coming on. It will be Gloom, the nominated player for New Haven. And let's just find out, is he a captain or what is he doing? Wait.
Gloom is from Straight Out of the Zoo.
Oh, okay. Well, a few quick words then. Okay, Gloom, welcome, Straight Out of the Zoo Academy player. Map 1 was great. Map 2 and 3, what happened, man?
Kind of the boys just lost a little bit of mental and some tempo as well. Kind of tried our hardest, but I think it's a couple people's first time being streamed. Pressure got to us a little bit.
It feels bad, man. Look, well, it is what it is. Like, I won't lie, the first time, like, when I played in a official, I think it was Rise of Valor game for Valorant, and, like, when we were being streamed by Avril and crew, nonetheless, man, I can tell we were feeling the pressure. And this is, like, less viewers as well, so here's what it is, man. Bad luck, but seriously, Map 1 was an absolute sight to behold. You guys brought things back in amazing fashion. And also, just better luck next time. Maybe you guys just need more time rehearsing your strats and gameplay for Bind and Split to ideally bring more of a fight to come through. Because as you can see, I think the tactical timeouts and the strat talks from New Haven, especially since they're the coach in the server as well, may have benefited them to an extent. But then again, no excuses really.
That's true. Our coach wasn't available to come through tonight, but hopefully next time.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah,
All right, dude.
guys,
Any last words from you, Yifeng?
No, not really. Glad to see you guys actually playing though. Haven was a good map. Hopefully you can go back to the drawing board and show up in the next time you have an official.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll let you off, man. Have a good night.
Shout out to everyone supporting us, by the way.
Thank you.
All right.
Great sportsmanship from Gloom, really. And now,
Not too sure. Does this mean that they are out of the tournament?
I would think so.
I think this was a close qualifier. I mean, open qualifier was a like single E of them, correct?
Yes. I'm gonna say that, but like, look, let's just get this interview through. It will be operator come on, and look, the winner of New Haven and the nominated interviewee, it will be operator, and let's just ask him. Operator, hello, man. How you doing? First off, what's your role for New Haven?
So I signed on playing Jet or Sova. So you can see me playing Sova on some maps and Jet on other maps.
Oh no, as in like, so you aren't the team captain. You're an IGL. You just play.
Yeah, good question. So our IGL is some boy, but unfortunately he has to run to something, so he didn't want to interview.
Right. Okay.
And
So they just threw you over to us.
Pretty much, and now you're here with us, operator. Okay, first off, man, congratulations. I would say it was a bit of a grueling 2-0 series. Map 1, what happened there? You guys had such a strong lead, and then Map 2 on defense, you guys couldn't get anything started.
yeah, Haven was really tough for us. We haven't had much practice in general, actually, because we had to get this roster together really quickly.
Yeah.
And we didn't know who was playing what until really recently. So Haven, we were playing a very pug style, so not very organized. And running around and taking advantage of whatever we could find without having setups.
Yeah.
So as a result, Haven is attack-sided, obviously, so our defense suffered because we hadn't talked a lot about how we were going to react to certain things on defense. And that's kind of why we ended up crumbling a little, not playing off each other, not having setups properly.
So how did you manage to, like, must have tilted you a bit losing from such a big lead. So how did you guys, reset and come back so much stronger onto the bind map? Was there strats, or did you have sort of like a talk or something? You guys drink something? I don't know. What's the secret?
Yeah, we definitely had to have a talk and say, look, Haven, we hadn't practiced as much, so feel confident going into the next 2 maps. We also had people on agents we were more comfortable on for the last 2 maps. So we just had like some good reasons in our head for why we should do better on these maps going into it, and we kind of didn't let the first map tilt us. It's really tough coming losing after being up 10-2.
Yeah, definitely.
So we just tried to forget about that and move on. Yeah.
Good on you guys for actually making that happen, because most teams, after losing 10-2 will tilt off the face of the earth and just absolutely crumble the next time. So many times, you had those close rounds, those 2v2s, the 2v3s on your attack of bind. So how did you guys manage to just pull through all of those?
Yeah, so
always on the bathroom sort of position on A site with this over.
Yeah, I think we played a lot better in the second 2 games in terms of playing with each other. So we were calming a lot more and saying, let's set this up, this crossfire up, let's use this utility. I think that was missing in the first game, and we talked about it and put it back in. So
perfect, honestly. Yeah, absolutely. And just the teamwork, and maybe some boy, the captain, just bring you guys together, make sure everyone stays online, stay calm, stay collected, use the comms properly, and play very tactical. I could see how in a few of those rounds, especially on the last map, when it was down to a 3v1, even you guys weren't willing to give anything up, and you guys played really tactically, just not to let Straight Outta Zoo Academy get any guns off of you. You guys wanted it to be absolutely dominating and absolutely precise. So that's, I guess, the only thing I can say for the entire 3 maps. Map 1, obviously, that was a huge curveball coming your way. Map 2 and 3, nothing to be said there. Pure dominance from New Haven. So what can we expect coming out from you guys in the future, moving further up in the bracket?
Yeah, moving up, you'll see much more coordination. We'll have much more time to talk to each other, get used to each other. You guys can expect great things, and I want to say you hit the nail on the head. Sunboy is a huge IGL, extremely talented and knows what's going on. He's keeping us in check, keeping our mental in check and our strats in check. Also want to say a shout out to Gas Monster, who's our manager, and helping us keep the team together for sure. So
I have one last
we have a good
question.
setup, and looking forward to the next couple of days.
Yeah, I have one last question. What were you feeling? What was going on in your mind in that first pistol round on Split? When you were stuck in that 1v3 situation, spikes planted, and just everything looked doomed, but you still somehow managed to bring it back.
Yeah, good question. So
Mata choked. That's what happened.
Yeah, look, you guys might be laughing if you heard our comms there, but I was kind of flaming myself for losing those fights that I shouldn't have. But my teammates were actually encouraging me and saying, chill, you got this, just think about it carefully. And that really gave me the confidence to just power through and play it properly. So, yeah.
Brilliant teamwork, and people on your team backing you up there. Now, the final thing I'll say is you guys will be moving up in the bracket to play against Tiny Turtles, and that, as you may know, they are a decently strong team, especially when they're turned on. A few of the players, Clicker, Lucid, Arrow, they have experience. So yeah, honestly, just revise there. I have a few VODs of them playing in the past, and honestly, best of luck. Any final words from you, my man? Any final shout-outs?
No, thank you so much for casting this game. A lot of my friends were watching, so shout out to them, and yeah, thank you both very much.
All right, thank you very much for coming, and as always, better luck, not better luck next time. Have fun next time, and hope to see you guys go further. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, Yifeng, you heard the man. That was a reasonably quick and easy interview.
Yeah,
operator.
My camera thing kind of died, so
Your camera died. That's fine.
I just
I'll take it.
At least my voice is still here.
And that's all we need. So yeah, man. Any honestly final words before I end things off for this best of 3 series? Map 1, that was hilariously fun. Map 2 and 3, not as much.
Yeah, I'm not. This roster was put together within the week, I have to say. So this is probably their first time competing on officials together for New Haven. I'm curious to see how far they can go into this because for Open Qualifier 2, only the top 4 instead of the top 8 teams get to qualify. So
Yeah.
in order to make top 4, New Haven have to first go through Tiny Turtles and then win the match after that, which is either against ShadowNet or Tyrant Esports. I have pretty high hopes for Tyrant Esports. They have fielded a decent roster. As far as I'm aware, they have some players I know, such as Myth and Suave on that. And yeah, just see in general what happens in this open qualifier.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it, you nailed it. You nailed it on the head, basically. Less teams are able to qualify in because obviously you guys, throughout the zoo, you guys made it into the regional finals as one of the top 4 teams.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now there's less chances now in Open Qualifiers 2 to fill up the rest of the spots. Overall, though, we should be seeing some stiff competition to an extent. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
I mean, I have out of this current bracket playing the Open Qualifier 2, I have out of the teams that I know, I do see Nebula and Tyrant Esports going relatively far in this, and it'll be interesting to see how they actually match against, the 4 teams that are already, or should I say, since actually can get disbanded. So I'm not actually quite sure what happens to their spot in the close qualifier. So maybe there is actually more opportunities for teams to get into close qualifier too. But when you have powerhouses like Mindfreak and Paradox in that, I want to see how these newer teams and teams that were struggling before, now they've had more time to practice and stuff, how will they actually field against these tier 1 teams, the powerhouses, the top 8, the top 6?
Well, since this is OCE, I'm going to just reach on the branch here and say they'll get stomped. But hey, upsets are possible, as you can see throughout the zoo. You guys have proven it time and time again, taking Mindfreak out. But yeah, man,
definitely.
Look, anything can happen. Those chances are unlikely.
Yeah, you see the potential in Nebula when they have players like Dragon. If he's feeling it on the day, you also see, Tiny Turtles, despite an Order Nova getting absolutely demolished in some of their games, they also managed to somehow, I think it was like 13-5, was a 13-2 against Wildcard. It was just actually crazy. So keen to see if they can do anything better. Keen to see what Tyrant have for us as well. New roster full of talented individual players. See if they can, within this time frame, can they bond? Can they, gel together, synchronize, or whatever you want to call it, build some synergy and bring us some more competition. Big team as well recently announced a new roster today, if anything, and maybe they could also bring out something we've never seen before. So some new contenders, new faces, or should I say old faces but new teams, and maybe this will probably be one of the closer open qualifiers we'll see.
Yep. And let's hope that's what happens. So everyone, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for watching. I am Digitalcasts. You can follow me on Twitter at Digitalcasts. Also this channel right here, in which I'll be casting more games in the future. Yifeng as well, my special guest tonight. Thank you very much. Team captain of Straight Out of the Zoo. You can follow him on Twitter and Twitch at its_Yifeng. That's your Twitch account, right?
Yeah, that is. Thank you for having me over as well. We forgot to ask him who was MVP for their team today. But I have to, if you were to ask me, I would give it to Motion, because Motion actually, no, it's hard to say. Split Motion showed up, Fine, Someboy showed up, Operator had his moments as well. So,
let's just say Somboy, the captain, for keeping the team together after that. I would say really tilting lost map 1. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, that's all from us tonight. Expect to see more Valorant action coming in the next few days. And yeah, give us a follow, show us some support, and then, as always, thank you very much, and see you next time. It's raid time, baby.
Thank you.